Talk the things me comfy, talk the things, you hear? Talk the things me comfy, talk the things, you hear me? Talk the things me comfy, talk the things. Me no business, me no care if them screw face, whoa. Talk the things me comfy, talk the things, you hear me? Talk the things me comfy, talk the things, whoa. Talk the things me comfy, talk the things. Me no business, me no care if them no worried me. Talk the things me comfy, talk the things, you hear? Talk the things me comfy, talk the things, whoa. Talk the things me comfy, talk the things. Me no business, me no care if them screw face, whoa. Talk the things me comfy, talk the things, you hear? Talk the things me comfy, talk the things, whoa. Talk the things me comfy, talk the things. Me no business, me no care if them not like me. Talk the things me comfy, talk the thing, you hear? Talk the things me comfy, talk the thing, whoa. Talk the things, you know business, me not care if them screw face, wow. Talk the things me comfy, talk the thing, you hear? Talk the things me comfy, talk the things, whoa. Talk the things me comfy, talk the things. Me no business, me not care if them now already hear me fun too much, too much, whoa. Them not like me not like them not rate me. Me and them no friend, me don't see you care the whole of them are eating. Talk the things me comfy, talk the thing, you hear? Talk the things me comfy, talk the thing, whoa. Talk the things me comfy, talk the things. Me no business, me no care if them screw face, whoa. Talk the things me comfy, talk the things.
Lock in the day, Sunday, January 4th. City Vibes are gonna be the official setting when Father Otis celebrates his birthday bash. Give thanks for life. Give thanks for life. Yeah, come, let's levitate and celebrate. As David Hyde from Warriors Choice, Niggas Family, Stereo Sonic, Trendsetter, and Gators, top DJs rep for the Father. You done know. Table packages, giveaway, and the whole works are a feature. Father Otis birthday, give thanks for life. Sunday, January 4th in City Vibes. Hot courtesy, German Restaurant, Star Party Rental, PM South, Luziknet, 96.1 FM, White Castle Fish Shop, Royal Hotel, OG Security and Construction, Millennium Manor Hotel, and 94.1 Boom FM. Lock in the day.
Thinking of buying or selling a home or renting an apartment? Then look no further than Citadel Circle Realty. Located at 1111 Utica Avenue in Brooklyn, New York, we cover Brooklyn, Queens, Long Island, the Bronx, Staten Island, and Manhattan. Let one of our knowledgeable and professional agents assist you with your real estate goals today. Buying or selling today? No problem. Need to rent an apartment? We got you covered. Call us today at 718-717-8251. That's 718-717-8251.
Oh, not again, man, not again. Chaja, I got to get this engine fixed. Oh, shucks. Hey, like call me, bro. Hey, what going on there? What going on, Germs? Hey, days, dog. Right now, me head hot to me, bro. Me engine ain't starting. Where me engine ain't starting? Not the other day you fix your engine. But I mean, nobody's man ain't do a good work or what, right? I want to know what part I could get me engine fixed, bro. Alright, don't say 40. I got to help you out, because you know yes, my brother. Excitement. Hey, what going on? It's all about E&F General Auto Repair Inc., bro. These man, them specialize in everything when it comes to your car, your engine, your wheel, you know what I mean? Your carburetor. Wherever it is, bro, these man is the man them go and fix your vehicle. Alright, well, like no part these people them there, man. These people are located at 5731 Cooper Avenue, yeah, Glendale, Queens. You understand? You could contact them on 347-844-9333 or 347-357-8723 or 646-972-8828. It is enough number. Well, all three them number, you must get onto them, man. Well, never going on me wasting no more time about it. I gonna deal with this engine now. Alright, do your thing, Germs. You don't know. It's all about E&F General Auto Repair Inc. Best auto mechanic them. Definitely, guys. You understand? Alright.
Me darker than midnight. Me darker than cool.
Planning to take a trip to Guyana? Planning to do a tour in Guyana? Well, this is the ideal company for you to call. And we're talking about Matthew's 24-hour bus service, city and nature tours, airport trip, church trip, family outing, local tour, river tour, Kaichor Fall tour, Entori, Amarinian Village, Suriname, and Brazil tour. Matthew's 24-hour bus service, city and nature tour. You guys could contact them on 592-639-2663, 592-673-2348. Let me give you back that number, 592-639-2663 or 592-673-2348. You guys could also follow him on Facebook at Matthew's 24-hour bus service, city and nature tour. Yes, guys, or you could contact Matthew direct with this number here, 639-2663. That's 639-2663. Matthew's 24-hour bus service, city and nature tour. Planning a tour? Well, definitely you guys need to check this out. Matthew's 24-hour bus service and nature tour. Get there. Do not wait for next year.
Thinking of buying or selling a home or renting an apartment? Then look no further than Citadel Circle Realty. Located at 1111 Utica Avenue in Brooklyn, New York, we cover Brooklyn, Queens, Long Island, the Bronx, Staten Island, and Manhattan. Let one of our knowledgeable and professional agents assist you with your real estate goals today. Buying or selling today? No problem. Need to rent an apartment? We got you covered. Call us today at 718-717-8251. That's 718-717-8251.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Well, go on, you viewers and subscribers, we in the building, you know what it is. It is that time in the morning, man. It's Saturday. Definitely, we don't really go live on a Saturday, but guess what's going on? We can't make this pass. So first and foremost, I want to say good morning to each and everybody in the building, checking in for the ones and twos. I know it's kind of surprising, but big things are going, things are go down. Like I said, we have to catch it when it's hot. Can't wait for it until it get cold. No. Now you guys wake up this morning and I know you guys see what's going on because I was very surprised. Definitely, I didn't know all this going on. Straight, not gonna tell no lie. You understand? But I know it would have happened. You see me? Yeah, man. Pleasant good morning to you guys. How you guys doing, man? Welcome down to Let's Start the Things Calling Talk Show. You know the code, you know how we're doing it today, man. Yeah. We in the building, and we got some devastated news definitely to bring to you guys. You know how it goes already. Pertaining to Maduro. Yes. Now we wake up this morning and I saw that big conflict going on in Venezuela whereby Maduro reportedly has been captured. God damn it, man. Yo, I'm getting tired of these niggas. Yeah. Yeah, excuse me there. Anyway, we in the building, man. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How you guys doing, man? Welcome down to the show. Welcome down to Let's Start the Things TV. It's your host with the most, your boy Fire Feelings, aka Mr. Let's Start the Things. We in the building. It is Saturday, the 3rd of December. 3rd of January. I don't want to be like I don't want to come to December. But nevertheless, man, let me get into it. Yes, I know you guys know what's going on. So we're not gonna waste no time. We got a lot of stuff to bring to you this morning, catch up on everything. Now you guys know what's going on with the Maduro situation. We see Aubrey Norton come out, he says something. We see Mohammed drop a press statement. Amanza came out, say something. A lot of persons came out and say something. So here we're gonna do, we're gonna jump straight over to Garden Mosley, because what happened now is 10:44. I heard that Donald Trump will be doing a press conference at 11 a.m. Letting people know about what's going on. Let people know what happened and these kind of things, because this Donald Trump made a tweet whereby he said that how he captured Maduro successfully. You understand? Mm. Yo, I'll tell you something, right? You see the man Donald Trump, and it ain't goodbye. And you know how he things go already. You understand? So it is what it is at the end of the day. Just a minute, guys. Hold on, let me show you this thing. You got people in Venezuela going, what this big, what this woman with a big gun? What worse? Watch women were rolling out with guns. Is what they One of them look like she got what 400 pounds. I don't know. When shots start firing when I'm to she. I sorry. Mm-mm. I know the women them in Venezuela already. Donald Trump. Let me see what's going on. Okay. Now this lyric. Check in by the time, guys. Check in. You don't know we ain't rushing it as I check in. All right, this is the page there. This is the page. So whereby Donald Trump tweeted saying that to the United States of America have successfully carried out a large slave strike against the Venezuela and its leader, President Nicolas Maduro, who has been long with his President Maduro, who has been along with his wife captured, um, fall out of flew out of the country. Sorry, this operation was done in conjunction with U.S. law enforcement. You understand? Delta details to follow. There will be a news conference today at 11 a.m. You understand? This is what Donald Trump says. So, thank you for your attention to this matter. So, 11 o'clock, we definitely trying to see if we could get that live, because it's crazy right now, bro. I know they would have get on. That means how much money them had on the head? 50 million or something like that. Them had a bounty on the head. And let me tell you something. They got enough people in Venezuela that doesn't like Maduro. You understand? It's just like every party or every politic games in every country. They got a bunch of people going to say Maduro. They got a bunch of people going to say no Maduro. Same thing again. You had a bunch of people say PPP. Same thing. A lot of persons don't say PPP. So you find these conflicts in every country. You understand? So when bounties and these kind of things go upon people, head is a different level. You know what I mean? It's a whole different level. It's a whole different level. No joke. You see it, man? When bounty go upon head, can remember, they got people want to get you out. You see it, man? They got people who are poor and all these kind of things. Got this spicy here. Venezuela got the largest oil economy, or however you want to put it, the largest oil, you know what I mean? Reserve, sorry. Yeah. Still they got people that living on the poverty line. And I feel at a day like this I feel like it's every country is going through that, because as bright and beautiful America is, they got people who suffering, they got people who homeless. You know what I mean? They got people who ain't got job and all these kind of things. So it's something that is happening all around. One thing I know is like everybody, me know Mosioni, Abraham Traore, me know if the country there got anybody poor or everybody living good. So far we is hearing is nice things, but this is why you want to know. Like every country, do they have a people say Dubai is a country whereby they ain't got no crime rate going on there. Secondly, in Dubai, you can't get citizenship in Dubai. You could come, you could live, you could get business or whatever, but you can't be a citizen like that in Dubai. Close it. You understand? So it's nothing is happening around the country, but you know, a lot of persons have been crying out for Maduro capture, you know what I mean? Because I feel like he's paying a threat to a lot of Caribbean country, but most persons say Mexico is a country whereby is real bad egg, not Venezuela. Venezuela is just a friend, allegedly. There's what they say. So, but you know what I mean? To see this carried out, I know it would have happened. So we're not gonna waste no time. Let me jump into some details so we could know what's going on the ground and everything as we wait for Mr. President Donald Trump definitely to forward. Let's see what's going on about Maduro. Cause so far we heard that Maduro and his wife have been captured. Look at that. I tell you how your wife is falling it. I want he and his wife. If you are going in the house and you find he and his wife in bed, collect both of them and bring them out. We doing business. Once she there next to you, bring you out. You understand? Bring him out. But right now we billing. So people like up the live, guys, like up the live as we billing. Lyric one to you now, man. You understand? Anyway, let me jump over here and get some disclosure as the channel, as people are opening and forwarding in. You understand? Like up the live, guys. Turn that down for me, please.
That, gee, I don't know, it's amazing. And to have a few injuries, but no death on our side is really amazing.
Mr. President, critics will say that strong action can risk escalation, but history has shown us that weakness can truly invite chaos. And this military operation clearly sends a message to our adversaries around the...
This is Donald Trump definitely talking with a reporter. Listen, guys.
The weak administration that we had for 4 years under former President Biden, who tolerated narco-terrorism. What is next for the United States and Venezuela?
Well, we're very strong, and very importantly, if you look at drugs through the oceans, through the seas, they're down 97%. That's the boats. It's sort of related to this, as you know. The drugs are way down, and it's getting very, very tough. It's a whole different look. We have a whole different country. We have a country now that's respected. We have a country. I built the military in my first term, and they gave a little chunk of it away, but it was a lot. But it was a little chunk relative to what we built. But they gave it to Afghanistan so stupidly. It was one of the... Compare this to Afghanistan, where we were a laughing stock all over the world. We're not a laughing stock anymore. No, we have the greatest military in the world by far. We have the greatest equipment, military equipment in the world by far. And you had to see this in real time. You had to see this, the professionalism and the bravery, everything about it. And you almost couldn't...
Donald Trump don't play the man say to see the bravery. Thing dark. I always hear Donald Trump said to the man say he got one of the greatest military in the world. And you hear people could say them kind of thing there. I feel like America got some serious firearms and all. Don't get by this thing.
Back. It was like they wanted to go so badly. And most people...
As I just saying, right? When them start out, if he do, because I was speaking to my sister Angie the other day, we was, she was saying that, if Donald Trump go after he, it could cause problem with China and Russia. But Donald Trump clearly showed that Donald Trump don't give a blood fire about China and Russia. Donald Trump say, I is the bad boy. I got time for bad with that. Are you coming for you one?
What is it?
The man is keep saying we got the greatest military in the world.
I'll take a pass. I know that Charlie would have wanted to go because Charlie's a very brave person. But I know a lot of other people would have said, I think I'll pass on this one. let's watch it on television.
So,
It's been amazing to see how good they were, how professional they were, how incredible the equipment we have is. I mean, the level of equipment and to see how it worked so perfectly.
I want to know how them man go for Donald Trump though. Them man must use them invisible aircraft. Cause I know America got some aircraft that is go invisible, unseen radar aircraft. Aircraft who can't get pick up on radar. Them is don't get tied up on no, bro.
And if you compare this to attacks on Iran over the years with helicopters crashing into each other, the whole thing was a mess. The Jimmy Carter situation, which was a mess, and every other situation compared to this, nobody's ever seen like this. Look, the Iranian attack, knocking out their nuclear power, was big. We had peace in the Middle East, and we have it. Without that, you could never have peace in the Middle East. We knocked them out, and look what's happening now to Iran, but we knocked it out. That was, it could not have been better, and this could not have been better. I don't even know which is, these are both really important. If you think about equal and importance, I wonder how it's going to be rated, but knocking out the nuclear power of, think of it, they were ready, they were within 2 months, they would have been a nuclear power. And comparing that to this in a certain different way, I think this might have been actually more complex.
Well, it's interesting.
That was something that was amazing.
It's interesting, Mr. President. We've looked, our own Lucas Tomlinson, our reporter here, I don't know if you knew this intentionally, but the capture of Maduro and his wife, it coincides with the 6th anniversary of your taking out the Iranian Revolutionary Guard's Qasem Soleimani. Interestingly, it's six years after. But let me ask you a question, Mr. President. Because,
by the way, that was the third thing, and we have a fourth. We got Soleimani. We have taken out so many. Look at what we did to the leader of ISIS, who's no longer with us, right? And everybody was after for 20 years, and we got him. We've done a lot, but this was something, maybe because it's fresh in our minds, because again, the Iranian situation was so big, knocking that out, and the B-2 bomber, every single missile hit its target, and the target was an air shaft.
Right.
Dark at night. Think of that. Dark at night, no moon. You couldn't see a thing, and every missile went right through that air shaft and just obliterated the place. So that was amazing, and this was amazing.
I wonder, Mr. President, though, I want to ask you because from your Vice President, J.D. Vance, said that the message is pretty clear. The drug trafficking must stop. So was this operation a message that you're sending to Mexico, to Claudia Sheinbaum, the president there?
Well, it wasn't meant to be, and we're very friendly with her. She's a good woman, but the cartels are running Mexico. She's not running Mexico. The cartels are running Mexico. And we could be politically correct and be nice and say, oh, yes, she is. No, she's very, she's very frightened of the cartels.
Yo.
I get the notification, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's why I say enough people in no comment today. I don't damn, but I can't let this pass till Monday. You mad?
Yeah.
Catch this now.
Here how they get in there. But they went in air and land, and they use the best force they got. I think they call it Delta Force.
What Raz? Big up Delta Media. Shit.
Delta Force, which is one of the special force. That man just come in like what you call zombie or spirit, not zombie, spirit. You don't see them.
Yeah.
And once they get there now, them it's not. They don't come like. Most might be like 20 of them. So you could detect them. No.
Okay.
That's what they say. Is the Delta Force with the military, then they strike. But remember what I tell you, no? China and Russia would not back Venezuela. Just as America didn't back what the place named.
Good. That's what he's saying.
Them man, this is powerhouse, and they know if they go head to head on, all of them gonna lose.
That's what he's saying, buddy.
Maduro was on. You remember I calling and said this. Maduro on his own. Everybody, this, No. You see when Trump take them 2 tanker, Trump done trying for show you, hey.
You was a
And
pussy.
me this.
You a punk. Give me this. I show you.
Trump is a mad,
Yeah,
Maduro
buddy.
crazy, but Trump is a mad man,
Yeah,
you
I
know.
telling you. Tell your China friend them and tell your Russian friend I take your tanker them.
No,
With you.
that man don't know what's going on there. That man don't get info from each other what gonna happen.
I telling you, boy.
What you think if Maduro, all right, if Russia and China had anything in Venezuela, they don't pull it out. You understand? Because they don't want to get cross in the fire. So they got defense. They don't pull it out.
Okay.
All them man is one, you know, all them is power help them. I
real
can't
thing.
hear what it's like everybody who are bigging up their chest who got the best. But at the end of the day, none of them is step into each other. And if they find say they're going up against something that one another have, they back out and left the person in there, bro.
I telling you, about.
All right. Thank you for
Good,
listening, man.
good. Yeah, my brother. I know not for you, I'm surprised. I know, but like I said, I can't wait for bring this Monday. No, we got to catch this now. Let me continue. Listening to the president.
They're running Mexico, and I've asked her numerous times, would you like us to take out the cartels? No, Mr. President. No, please. So we have to do something because we lost. The real number is 300,000 people, in my opinion. You know, they like to say 100,000. 100,000 is a lot of people, but.
Trump said that anytime you want to run in for Mexico, you could run in, but people saying it in them head. People saying no. I tell you, yeah, Shelly, real thing.
The real number is 300,000 people, and we lost it to drugs, and they come in through the southern border, mostly the southern border. Plenty come in through Canada, too, by the way, in case you don't know. But they come in through the southern border, and something's going to have to be done with Mexico.
Why did you decide to do this morning?
Are you talking about calling you people or the shot?
No, taking out
I'm not sure which is worse. If you want to know the truth, I'm calling you. I haven't spoken to anybody else because Charlie Hurd has been a great friend of mine for a long time. He was with me when it was not fashionable, and those are the people I like. He was with me, Charlie, when it was not at all fashionable. So that's the reason I'm doing this. And your show is great. You're doing a great job. What a good team.
But I meant, why did you make the decision to take out Maduro this morning? And what was Maduro doing when our guys came in on him?
So we were going to do this 4 days ago, but the weather was not perfect. The weather has to be perfect. And we had just the perfect weather. We had, very good. A little bit few more clouds than we thought, but it was good. We waited 4 days. We were going to do this 4 days ago, 3 days ago, 2 days ago. And then all of a sudden it opened up.
Take what you do best and create a website that's worthy of it.
What was he doing? He was in a very highly guarded, like a fortress, actually. He was in a fortress. That we had nobody killed was amazing. I think we had nobody killed, I have to say, because a couple of guys were hit, but they came back and they're supposed to be in pretty good shape. But that we had nobody killed, that we lost no aircraft. Everything came back. We got it all back. One of them was hit pretty hard, but a helicopter, but we got it back. But it just was the right time to do it. We had to do it because it's a war. We're losing 300,000 people a year. We don't lose that much in a war, okay, if you look. And we had to do it. But he was in a house that was more like a fortress than a house. It had steel doors. It had what they call a safety space where it's, solid steel all around. He didn't get that space closed. He was trying to get into it, but he got bum rushed so fast that he didn't get into that. We were prepared. We had, massive blowtorches and everything else that you need to get through that steel, but we didn't need it. He didn't make it to that area of the house.
Mr. President, your war on narcoterrorism from our southern border and beyond clearly will save American lives. Moving forward for Venezuela, what do you think is next for the Venezuelan people now that you have removed Maduro so that he can face American justice?
Well, we're making that decision now. We can't take a chance on letting somebody else run and just take over where he left or left off. So we're making that decision now. We'll be involved in it very much. And we want to do liberty for the people. We want to, have a great relationship. I think the people of Venezuela are very, very happy because they love the United States. They were run by essentially a dictatorship or worse. It couldn't have been worse. It was a terrible thing that was taking place in Venezuela. But look, tremendous numbers of people were being killed through drugs. And what they did to our country in sending prisoners and people from mental institutions and drug lords and everything, they sent them by the hundreds of thousands of people into our country. And that is just unforgivable. That's why, he wanted to negotiate at the end, and I didn't want to negotiate. I said, nope, we got to do it. He was trying to negotiate at the end. You probably saw that. And trying hard to make a deal. And I said, this could have been a very foolish thing if it didn't work out. But I said, nope, we can't do it. What he did with drugs is bad. What he did with a lot of other things is bad. But what he...
Shout out to GT Gal. Big up yourself, sweetie. Yeah, man. There's what Trump just now say, you know what I mean? So is the president for Mexico keep saying no. Keep telling Trump she does not need the help. Love your show. Thank you so much, GT girl. You good every time and appreciate you loving the show, man. Okay.
He did was sending hundreds of thousands of Tren de Aragua and drug dealers. And they emptied out their jails into our country. They emptied out, if you think about it, they emptied out all of their mental institutions into our country. What he did there, and every other thing, is unforgivable.
Mr. President, you're already getting reaction from members of Congress on both sides. One Democrat, Jim McGovern, is saying that you did not get authorization from Congress. And he says Trump just launched an unjustified illegal strike on Venezuela. Wanted to get your reaction to that.
Well, look, these are weak, stupid people. And they're trying to save themselves from almost destroying our country. If I didn't get elected, our country would not, I don't even think we'd have a country right now. We were heading down the path of destruction. We had inflation. We had high prices. They're the ones that caused high prices, not us. We're bringing the prices way down. We have oil now in many places $1.99 a gallon. And, when you do oil, everything follows, but everything is following. But, no, they would have destroyed our country. If we didn't get elected, if Kamala or a Joe type got elected, if that group got elected. But if Kamala got elected, I don't think at this point we would even have a country. We were laughed at all over the world. The money was flowing out. Everybody was leaving. The companies were leaving. The people were leaving. The wealth was leaving. We have $18 trillion coming back into our country, the biggest number in the history of the world. The second biggest number was $3 trillion. We're at $18 trillion, and it's building factories and plants. It's doing things that no country has ever seen before. But as far as last night is concerned, it was really genius. What they did is genius. And the Democrats, maybe they'll take a shot. They'll take a shot. All they do is complain. They don't talk about, they should say, you know what, we did a great job. We're stopping drugs from coming into this country. And nobody's been able to do it until we came along. But they should say, great job. They shouldn't say, oh, gee, maybe it's not constitutional. The same old stuff that we've been hearing for years and years and years. They did an incredible job. These men and women that went out there last night, the courage they had, going into an area where, all the lights were turned off. We turned off almost all of the lights in Caracas. I mean, this thing was so organized. And they go into a dark space with machine guns facing them all over the place. And then you hear from a guy that I'd never even heard of him. But you hear from...
All right, so again, those were some of the comments that we did receive from President Trump as he spoke over the phone with Folks there at Fox News, that was just a couple hours ago. Now, I do want to remind you, coming up here in just a matter of moments, we expect that President Trump will address the nation on all of this coming in from Mar-a-Lago. We should be getting a live image as that is set to take place here at about 11 a.m. Eastern Time. We're going to bring those to you here live, as we always do. Now, as I mentioned a bit earlier, we have been combing through this indictment, 25 pages worth of information about the indictment against Maduro and his wife. And as we take a live look at this hour over Caracas here, this is in Venezuela. I do want to bring you what we learned from that, as the indictment does accuse Maduro of leading a, quote, corrupt, illegitimate government that for decades has leveraged government power to protect and promote illegal activity, including drug trafficking, end quote. Now, it does allege...
We waiting for Mr. Donald Trump start. I want to catch Donald Trump. We really saying, God, this is important, you know what I mean? But still, we got some stuff with the president of Guyana and so forth that we're going to really bring across, definitely, because it's going to be a show show, so you don't know what's up. 11, 12, 1. You don't know it go already. Nah, man. When we start 10:30, right? Okay. 1:30. Let me see how much we could push in here. But guys, top up the donation. You guys know what's up, man. It's Saturday. I don't really work on Saturday, and I'm bringing real content to you guys. Shout out to Ms. Gomez. Thank you for the first super chat donation. Yeah, man. Your $5 donation. I appreciate it, guys. Let's get back into it, guys.
It's that the drug trafficking efforts, quote, enriched and entrenched Venezuela's political and military elite. U.S. authorities there alleging that Maduro partnered with, quote, some of the most violent and prolific drug traffickers and narco-terrorists in the world to bring tons of cocaine into the U.S. Again, that is according to that 25-page indictment. Authorities estimate that as much as 250 tons of cocaine were trafficked through Venezuela by 2020, and the drugs were moved on go-fast vessels, fishing boats, and container ships, or via planes from clandestine airstrips. Again, all of this coming in from those documents. Now, if you are just joining us here, President Trump revealing the U.S. launched strikes in Venezuela, and we do have video of some of that I do want to pop up on your screen right here. Again, this is from just hours ago, as President Trump says that they have captured the Venezuelan leader, Nicolas Maduro, and his wife, all happening here amid Trump's war on the drug cartels, which has seen strikes on suspected drug-carrying vessels off the coast of Venezuela. And these are just some of the videos of those strikes released by the Department of War. President Trump saying that Maduro and his wife, who have both been indicted in the U.S., are now en route to New York to face prosecution, and they are en route via U.S. ship. So we should see them arrive. We should get those live images here. And of course, we'll bring those to you live as we get them. Right now, I do want to bring in a friend of the show here, Mark Chandler. He is Director of Government Relations at Coastal...
Pause there for a bit. Let me head straight over to... You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Let me go straight back into Guyana by the time we wait on Donald Trump to definitely forward until we there's some footage. They got people happy, they got people sad. They got people happy, they got people sad.
Mano, dale, hermano. No, hermano, no te metas allá. No te metas allá, hermano. Anda a ayudar, hermano, dale, muchacho, anda a ayudar. Mano, anda a ayudar, anda, muchacho. Que venga la policía.
Yo, I vex them take the camera off of the man. I do want to see when the man drop. So at this said moment, is a lot of person are happy, a lot of person are sad. We're gonna go straight over. It's crazy at this said moment, people. Yo, I know this would have happened. This is nuts. Right now. Yeah, people rejoicing. This is Venezuelans happy. Right then, I'm setting up for go live with Trump. Cause you know Trump got a press conference. Definitely, we got to catch the press conference of what Trump really saying. You understand? So I'm watching it right now. Just a minute. This is Venezuelans national happy that Maduro has been captured. Venezuela is like little foreign by nice boss and them thing. I like to see me country develop like this, do you know? Get real boss and you know what I mean, develop in them kind of state, bro. Straight up. Real thing, Shelly. Just give them freedom, buddy. Ain't no enough people balling, buddy. This I try to tell you, bro. And I'm not gonna tell no lie. On a serious level, Maduro look like one of them sicko kind of man with like dep on them thing. The man has got them look like them. Would have one Escobar and all them banner. Maduro got he look like them banner. I know what lipping. Pablo Escobar and all them man, Maduro look like them type of banner with dep on them world.
Listen, guy, you know.
I telling you, boy.
I hope one day, bro. You know when you oppress your own people, bro.
I telling
You know how
you,
much
bro.
Venezuela right now we're gonna start getting out the country that they ain't for go back home.
Aye. Enough people going, yeah,
Imagine,
for real.
imagine you on your run out of the country. Bro, it's terrible, bro. I look at it, I say, you know what? The people that move balling when they take is them who was benefiting from him.
Right. Good.
And the majority, that's why I said numbers speak. You see? That guy that run against him in the election had the numbers, but like PPP and Mohammed,
Aye.
bully himself and take it
Yeah.
back.
Take it. Yeah, man.
You don't have the number, bro. 'Cause look what you showing there. Look how the road start packing up with people celebrating. The man, you said, you see the man build a statue of himself just as Jack Dio build a bridge for himself.
These man of them is about their self.
There you go.
It's about the self.
There
It's not
you
about the
go.
people them, bro.
No. So I hope one
Yeah,
day
man.
we are could wake up and see this in the street
Real
in
thing, bro.
Guyana. I did listening.
Good, my brother. Thanks for the support all the time, Albert. Yeah, man. Albert always there on check. One love all the time as we wait for Donald Trump to step up on stage. You understand?
For you.
Yes,
And I'm
sir.
happy New Year to you and your family.
Yes, I same to the eye.
Watching this thing, let me tell you the honest truth. I wish it was Guyana, boy. No, don't say nothing
Real
but laugh
talk.
about watching.
Yeah, man.
And I do hope the next our time you come for them people will run in this country, boy. These people is cruel, boy. What you see how people happy there?
I telling you.
I remember 2015 with Granger and Nagamutu. I see people cry when the PPP come out. They go back in, and people cry in a different cry, not a cry of rejoicement or joy. But yeah, I just there, man.
Respect, my brother. All the time, man.
Yes.
It's right? People happy. People. And this is what I'm trying to tell you, buddy. You know what I mean? There's so much country. I'm not gonna say there's no country in the world that is not getting benefit that they're supposed to up to the date and is living happily. They do have, but they got enough other countries that is on a dictatorship. And the same thing Guyana is going down. We see that. We know the fact. You understand? And we don't have to, I don't have to stand up here and explain to you what dictatorship. You guys know what's going on. It's not about the people. It's about them, the friends, favorite, and them family. It's right, man. Straight up. And any country got a straight president doing the right thing, still you can got some bad mind people trying to go wrong, I feel, but you won't got so much. You understand? Because look, the PPP supporters, they coming out and bashing PPP. Thank you, Shelly, for the $9 super chat donation. Or should we say $10, man? Sorry about that. Yeah, man. It's right? Straight up. So for see these people, them joyful on the streets, bro. Bro. Every man for happy, bro. And you can remember when Melly Mel started to meet people inside of the ISIS place when she get all up, come from Venezuela and frightened for get sent back home because they know if they go back home, them say themselves that Maduro gonna done them because they had to flee from the country because of exposing the corruption that Maduro was bringing to Venezuelans. And this is what we seeing with Guyana now. Soon as you start talking about the corruption and you talk about how you're being treated by the government, they trying to lock you up, get you out, and all these kind of thing. But we know eyes there. I want they know eyes there on everybody in Guyana now. Eyes. Don't feel like people ain't watching. Do not feel like people ain't watching or people ain't know what's going on. Straight. All right, guys. Donald Trump is about to come out. So we gotta catch this. It's so spicy sweet from the starting. I know we think go different over here. So please like up the live. Thumbs up the live. Do what you gotta do, guys. We're going up to that 1:30 hour. Might go up to 2. You never know. Let's see how the spices roll over here. So like I said, guys, tap the donation arrow that is on your screen. Send in those donations, man. You know the vibe is already. You know how we're doing it wrong here. So as everybody checking for the ones and threes. At this said moment here, is a lot of persons who's happy, and they got some people that is gonna be sad. You understand? But like Albert said, this is so. This gonna make a lot of Venezuelans go back home because we know for a fact is because of Maduro, you know what I mean, make a lot of persons run to Guyana. And it's true. You understand? And it goes to every country I feel. They got a lot of people is run from their country because to how the country is. It's not beneficial to them. But at the end of the day, they only so much get a chance to get out. Because like them say, many are called, few are chosen. You see me? So it is what it is at the end of the day, you know what I mean? We just gotta wait and see what's going on. But to me, this is a great accomplishment. I don't want to get too tight in politics. I tell you, I'm not gonna get too tight in politics. I'm just reasoning as a Guyanese, but otherwise than that, sometimes I'm fed up talking about politics. I swear to God, I'm fed up. But it is what it is at the end of the day. So as we wait on Mr. Trump to roll in, big up to everybody. It is the third day in January, the new year 2026, and Maduro and his wife has been captured 2 o'clock this morning. Yeah, by the Delta Force, the U.S. Delta Force. So you know how it goes already, guys. This is tremendously crazy at this said moment here right now. So shout out to everybody who checking in on the ones and threes. Like up the live for me, please. Like the live up for me. Waiting on Donald Trump to step out. And then we kick off Donald Trump and a bag of things, a crocus bag of things. Like up the live, guys. By the time we jump over to Mr. Norton, quick and fast, we here. But bad boy Norton not to say, cause I see bad boy Norton roll out. Bad boy Norton. And, still waiting on the president to come out by telling me here, Mr. Norton, with what he has to say, guys.
At present, Ghana finds itself in a very precarious position and needs to think and act strategically in our national interests. The APNU, in light of the recent military strikes by the United States on Venezuela, urgently advises the government of Guyana to immediately activate contingency plans for what this portends, especially the potential humanitarian and security crisis along our western border. While our position on the territorial controversy remains fixed on the ICJ process and international law, the unfolding situation demands a pragmatic and comprehensive national response to a probable immediate movement of displaced persons seeking refuge in Guyana. We therefore call on the government to establish a dedicated joint task force inclusive of the Civil Defense Commission, the Guyana Defense Force, the Ministry of Health, and the Ministry of Human Services, and other relevant agencies and stakeholders to coordinate a national response. Designate and prepare reception areas, meaning identify and equip potential reception zones at a safe distance from our immediate border, with pre-positioned supplies of water, food, medicine, and shelter materials. This must include a vetting mechanism to minimize or avoid the infiltration and subversion of our national interests. Enhanced border monitoring and security protocols are needed. While maintaining a posture of humanitarian assistance, clearly define and reinforce security and registration protocols to manage an influx in an orderly, screened, and documented manner that safeguards Guyana's national security interests. Engage regional and international partners proactively. In this regard, the government must formally alert CARICOM, the UNHCR, and the Red Cross to the potential need for logistical and financial support, ensuring Guyana is not left to bear a disproportionate burden as a result of the influx of Venezuelans. The APNU wishes to state unequivocally that this is a moment where there must be inclusive decision-making with the involvement of all stakeholders in pursuance of national unity in the face of a potential emergency. There is need for an approach that transcends partisan politics. We stand ready to lend our support to the promotion and protection of our national sovereignty and territorial integrity. We offer cooperation in developing legislative measures, mobilizing community-based support networks, and providing partisan political backing for the necessary resource allocation to protect both vulnerable people and our nation's stability. We urge swift, transparent, and decisive action. APNU sees such actions as necessary in promoting responsible sovereignty and humanitarian oversight. I thank you. At present, Guyana finds itself in a very precarious position.
All right, as we just now heard Mr. Norton there, and I hope the government is taking heed with this case because, you know what I mean, it kind of sticky at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And I saw the prime minister this morning with some of the soldiers, Guyanese soldiers. I don't know where they was really going or what they was doing. You understand? I don't know where they was going or what they was doing. But if they're going to secure the border and these things, because remember, no, Maduro don't say anybody got anything to do with this. To try to Trinidad or Guyana is a different story. And we see Conklin time the Trinidad Prime Minister came out and say, yo, she ain't got nothing to do with nothing. So y'all do not mix up in nothing. Basically, this is what she's saying. You understand? This thing is normal. It's not normal. Anyway.
Attention to that. But he is saying this is what the PM military strikes by the US and Venezuela urgently advises the government of Guyana to immediately activate contingency plans for what this pretends, especially the potential humanitarian and security crisis along our western border.
Or
And then he lists a number of things he said that we should be looking into Guyana and what he's urging the government to do. He said they should formalize a humanitarian task force, immediately establish a dedicated joint task force, inclusive of a Civil Defense Commission, the Guyana Defense Force, the Ministry of Health, and the Ministry of Human Services and other relevant agencies and stakeholders to coordinate a national response. He also said they should designate and prepare reception areas, identify and equip potential reception zones at a safe distance from the immediate border with pre-positioned supplies of water, food, medicine, and shelter materials. He said they should also enhance border monitoring and security protocols and engage regional and international partners proactively. The APNU Norton said wishes to state unequivocally that this is a moment when there must be inclusive decision-making with the involvement of all stakeholders in pursuance of national unity in the face of potential emergency. There is need for an approach that transcends partisan politics. He said the APNU stands ready to lend its full support to the promotion and protection of national sovereignty and the territorial integrity. That statement coming there from Aubrey Norton, the leader of the People's National Congress, and he is also the former opposition leader here in Guyana. The Forward Guyana movement also issuing a statement moments ago, this coming from Amanza Walton Desir, the member of parliament for the Forward Guyana movement. And she said the reports of the removal of Venezuela's president signal a decisive and dangerous turn in regional affairs. She said moments like this test the resolve of governments and expose whether leaders are prepared
Hold
to.
Yo.
Yeah, all of this is easy said and done. First, before you could do all these things, you need to have proper ammunition. Guyana force is not equipped to do all these things.
Real talk.
And if we say they go to the Caribbean Union, whatever, they're not gonna let no force, no Caribbean country would not jump in nothing to help Guyana. Military wise.
Right.
The only person they got is the USA. And there's nothing rolling over to Guyana. That man done. You ain't see no bomb. That man bomb to get who they want and get out.
Real talk. That man ain't got right.
You see any resistance from any other military force after them, and the resistance they might get is from the guard of Maduro.
Right.
But the military, you see any aircraft lift up off the ground ready for bomb them ship outside there? Bro, people gotta pay attention, bro.
Straight up.
You see any aircraft, you see any bomb flying from Venezuela towards the sea to Guyana. Bro, these people been oppressed. These people ain't got time for resist America. These people are now celebrating to be free, not freedom. They had freedom under Maduro. Now they're free. Do what they want, live how they want, without saying you can't put on your right foot, your right shoe before you put on your left.
Real talk.
So APNU, yes, is good thing, but you got that makes sense, man. Come on, they're not equipped to get all these things in place. The military don't even have proper some of the private people get more ammunition than the military, more up to date, high tech than Guyana military.
Real talk.
And you know that. You see it enough time.
Yep, I talk about it.
They first need to invest in the military by harming the military, train them much better, and draft certain people to the military so the military could be big. Guy ain't even get quartered Venezuela military. So what the hell you doing? I know. I
Good.
just be real about this,
Good.
bro.
I love though. This is it.
I
Good.
did
Good. Good. It's only real we could keep it. It's only real we could keep it because I said the same thing. I said on earlier in last year, couple well show back, couple episode back persons, elderly persons calling and start, yo, Guyana used to got this and this and this. Guyana ain't got it no more. Guyana used to got a truck where got them, got about 6 missile thing launch, you know. They used to got 1 or 2 SAT thing, 1 or 2 gun thing where you see them put a which of them thing is old thing, but they had things. They had things. Hi, baby. You understand? No, them ain't got nothing. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. Them man ain't got no ammunition like Venezuela, much less. Daddy, give me a kiss. Hello? Okay. All right, let me get back into this, guys. Let's go. I'm to God, no, man.
Luxury of complacency. We must be deliberate, strategic, and fully informed. This statement from Amanda Walton Desir, she said, for Guyana, the stakes are immediate. Our nation sits on the front line of the unfolding crisis. At a time like this, leadership must not hide behind vague statements of persons from Venezuela heading into Colombia. So that is a concern. Let's see if they're about to start now. I'm hearing from some.
Nah, man, you know, it's crazy at this set time you saw them start as yet. So as everybody waiting on Donald Trump for forward, you don't know we gonna go wrong. Some old ones them. Cause we still waiting on Donald Trump. That's right? So look here, so this is I love my Guyana soldier T, but what them man no? Them look equipped for anything. Hey, y'all thought it shoot. But bro, them look like them ready for anything. Jaja knows. Big up Guyana Defense Force though. No, we got Banner willing for trout we got. You know, we got Banner willing for trout we got, but bye is another story. They started the command. I got me thing right here for check and see. I'll take a call and then we go over to you.
Hey, don't do that. Don't make them look the bad, man. We don't know what they're about.
I know.
The
Oh shit, he done. All
that
right.
man look like the movie what his name with them Wayne
Oh shucks,
Captain
yeah.
with pain
Yeah,
with them
boy.
little you. That is
Bye.
how them.
I tell you,
Oh,
them man,
man.
them man look like them
Don't make
freaking
them
in the bush later, boy.
don't make them look
All
the
right.
bad,
All
man.
right, good. Good.
Thank you.
Good. Let me head over to Donald Trump because we see Donald Trump touch out one of the grounds. Let me check you out.
Maduro and Flores have been indicted in the Southern District of New York, Jay Clayton, for their campaign of deadly narco-terrorism against the United States and its citizens. I want to thank the men and women of our military who achieved such an extraordinary success overnight with breathtaking speed, power, precision, and competence. You rarely see anything like it. You've seen some raids in this country that didn't go so well. They were an embarrassment. If you look back to Afghanistan, or if you look back to the Jimmy Carter days, they were different days. We're a respected country again, maybe like never before. These highly trained warriors operating in collaboration with U.S. law enforcement caught them in a very ready position. They were waiting for us. They knew we had many ships out in the sea. We're just sort of waiting. They knew we were coming. So they were in a ready, what's called a ready position. But they were completely overwhelmed and very quickly incapacitated. If you would have seen what I saw last night, you would have been very impressed. I'm not sure that you'll ever get to see it, but it was an incredible thing to see. Not a single American service member was killed, and not a single piece of American equipment was lost. We had many helicopters, many planes, many people involved in that fight. But think of that, not one piece of military equipment was lost, not one service member was, more importantly, killed. The United States military is the strongest and most fearsome military on the planet by far. With capabilities and skills our enemies can scarcely begin to imagine. We have the best equipment anywhere in the world. There's no
Monday.com's AI blocks are a total game changer.
Excuse me if I find that hard to believe.
You know that llamas are biologically incapable of lying, right?
Does that come in now?
90%. Each boat kills on average, 25,000 people. We knocked out 97%. And those drugs mostly come from a place called Venezuela. We're going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition. So we don't want to be involved with having somebody else get in, and we have the same situation that we had for the last long period of years. So we are going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition. And it has to be judicious, because that's...
Yo, there's how I know Donald Trump sad by. Donald Trump said we gonna run the country until we get somebody proper, because we want somebody like Maduro. It's with the bomb. Hey, America, America got power for do these sad thing, do dog?
what we're all about.
What?
We want peace, liberty, and justice for the great people of Venezuela, and that includes many from Venezuela that are now living in the United States and want to go back to their country. It's their homeland. We can't take a chance that somebody else takes over Venezuela that doesn't have the good of the Venezuelan people in mind. We've had decades of that. We're not going to let that happen. We're there now, and what people don't understand, but they understand as I say this, we're there now, but we're going to stay until such time as the proper transition can take place. So we're going to stay until such time as we're going to run it, essentially, until such time as a proper transition can take place. As everyone knows, the oil business in Venezuela has been a bust, a total bust, for a long period of time. They were pumping almost nothing by comparison to what they could have been pumping and what could have taken place. We're going to have our very large United States oil companies, the biggest anywhere in the world, go in, spend billions of dollars, fix the badly broken infrastructure, the oil infrastructure, and start making money for the country. And we are ready to stage a second and much larger attack if we need to do so. So we were prepared to do a second wave if we needed to do so. We actually assumed that a second wave would be necessary, but now it's probably not. The first wave, if you'd like to call it that, the first attack was so successful, we probably don't have to do a second, but we're prepared to do a second wave, a much bigger wave, actually. This was pinpoint, but we have a much bigger wave that probably won't have to do. This partnership of Venezuela with the United States of America, a country that everybody wants to be involved with because of what we were able to do and accomplish, will make the people of Venezuela rich, independent, and safe. And it will also make the many, many people from Venezuela that are living in the United States extremely happy. They suffered. They suffered. So much was taken from them. They're not going to suffer anymore. The illegitimate dictator Maduro was the kingpin of a vast criminal network responsible for trafficking colossal amounts of deadly and illicit drugs into the United States. As alleged in the indictment, he personally oversaw the vicious cartel known as Cartel de las Solas, which flooded our nation with lethal poison responsible for the deaths of countless Americans, many, many Americans, hundreds of thousands over the years of Americans died because of him. Maduro and his wife will soon face the full might of American justice and stand trial on American soil. Right now, they're on a ship. They'll be heading to, ultimately, New York, and then a decision will be made, I assume, between New York and Miami or Florida. But we have people where the overwhelming evidence of their crimes will be presented in a court of law. And I've seen it. I've seen what we have. It's both horrible and breathtaking that something like this could have been allowed to take place. For many years after his term as president of Venezuela expired, Maduro remained in power and waged a ceaseless campaign of violence, terror, and subversion against the United States of America, threatening not only our people, but the stability of the entire region. And you all saw it. In addition to trafficking gigantic amounts of illegal drugs that inflicted untold suffering and human destruction all over the country, all over in particular the United States, Maduro sent savage and murderous gangs, including the bloodthirsty prison gang Tren de Aragua, to terrorize American communities nationwide. And he did indeed. They were in Colorado. They took over apartment complexes. They cut the fingers off people if they call police. They were brutal. But they're not so brutal now. And I just have to congratulate our military, Pete and everybody, and our National Guard, because the job that they've done, whether it's in Washington, D.C., where we have a totally safe city, where it was one of the most unsafe cities anywhere in the world, frankly, and now we have no crime in Washington, D.C. We haven't had a killing. We had the terrorist attack a few weeks ago. A little bit of a different kind of a threat, but we haven't had a killing in a long period of time, 6, 7 months. We used to have two, on average, 2 a week in Washington.
Like up the live, guys. Come on, man. Like up the live, man. We vibing wrong here. Renee, big up your damn self. You say PPP? Yeah, man. PPP and all them gangsters next.
We don't have that anymore. The restaurants are opening. Everyone's happy. They're walking their daughters. They're walking their children, their wives. They walk to restaurants. Restaurants are opening all over Washington, D.C. So I want to thank the National Guard. I want to thank our military. And I want to thank law enforcement. It's been amazing. And they should do it with more cities. We're doing it, as you know, and we're doing it in Memphis, Tennessee right now, and crime is down. We've just sort of started a few weeks ago, but crime is down now 77%. And the governor of Louisiana called, great person, and he wanted us to help him.
I pronounce the name probably Leogo or whatever is it. See that, so all of you who cheering on the USA will soon learn a good lesson. Well, me, I cheering for what really? I cheering. Me ain't even cheering. I was surprised, and I know that all this would happen. So it's sick.
You know, in a certain very nice part of Louisiana, and we have done that. It was a rough section, and we have crime down. I understand it's down to almost nothing already after 2.5 weeks. New Orleans, it's down to almost nothing, and we've only been there for 2.5 weeks. Can't imagine why governors wouldn't want us to help. We also helped, as you know, in Chicago, and crime went down a little bit there. We did a very small help because we had no working ability with the governor. The governor was a disaster, and the mayor was a disaster. But it knocked down crime. But we're pulling out of there when they need us. We'll know. You'll know. You'll be writing about it. And likewise, Los Angeles, where we saved Los Angeles early on, where the head of the police department made a statement that if the federal government didn't come in, we would have lost Los Angeles. That's long after the fires. That's when they had the riots in Los Angeles. We did a great job. Got no credit for it whatsoever, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. We don't need the credit. But we'll be pulling out when they need us. They'll call, or we'll go back if we have to. We'll go back. But we did a great job in various cities. But the place that we're very proud of is Washington, D.C., because it's our nation's capital. We took it from being a crime-ridden mess to being one of the safest cities in the country. But the gangs that they sent raped, tortured, and murdered American women and children. They were in all of the cities I mentioned, Tren de Aragua. And they were sent by Maduro to terrorize our people, and now Maduro will never again be able to threaten an American citizen or anybody from Venezuela. There will no longer be threats. For years I've highlighted the stories of those innocent Americans whose lives were so heartlessly robbed by this
crazy, bro.
Venezuelan terrorist organization. Really one of the worst. One of the worst, they say the worst. Americans like 12-year-old Jocelyn Nungari from Houston. Beautiful Jocelyn Nungari, what happened to her? They, as you know, they kidnapped, assaulted, and murdered by Tren de Aragua animals. They murdered Jocelyn and left her dead under the bridge. There was a bridge that will never be the same to so many people after seeing what happened. As I've said many times, the Maduro regime emptied out their prisons, sent their worst and most violent monsters into the United States to steal American lives. And they came from mental institutions and insane asylums. They came from prisons and jails. The reason I say both, they sound similar. Actually, prisons, a little bit more hostile, a little bit tougher. A mental institution isn't as tough as an insane asylum, but we got them both. They sent from their mental institutions. They sent from their jails, prisons. They were drug dealers. They were drug kingpins. They sent everybody bad into the United States, but no longer. And we have now a border where nobody gets through. In addition, Venezuela unilaterally seized and sold American oil, American assets, and American platforms, costing us billions and billions of dollars. They did this a while ago, but we never had a president that did anything about it. They took all of our property. It was our property. We built it. And we never had a president that decided to do anything about it. Instead, they fought wars that were 10,000 miles away. We built Venezuela oil industry with American talent, drive, and skill, and the socialist regime stole it from us during those previous administrations, and they stole it through force. This constituted one of the largest thefts of American property in the history of our country. Considered the largest theft of property in the history of our country. Massive oil infrastructure was taken like we were babies, so we didn't do anything about it.
I telling you.
I would have done something about it. America will never allow foreign powers to rob our people or drive us back into and out of our own hemisphere. That's what they did. Furthermore, under the now deposed dictator Maduro, Venezuela was increasingly hosting foreign adversaries in our region and acquiring menacing offensive weapons that could threaten U.S. interests and lives. And they used those weapons last night. Potentially in league with the cartels operating along our border. All of these actions were in gross violation of the core principles of American foreign policy, dating back more than 2 centuries. And not anymore. All the way back, it dated to the Monroe Doctrines. And the Monroe Doctrine is a big deal. But we've superseded it by a lot. By a real lot. They now call it the Monroe Document. I don't know. It's Monroe Doctrine. We sort of forgot about it. It was very important, but we forgot about it. We don't forget about it anymore. Under our new national security strategy, American dominance in the Western Hemisphere will never be questioned again. Won't happen. So just in concluding, for decades, other administrations have neglected or even contributed to these growing security threats in the Western Hemisphere. Under the Trump administration, we are reasserting American power in a very powerful way in our home region. And our home region is very different than it was just a short while ago.
Shout to my sister Shelly. She said, "Oh, we have no control of what Trump does. It is what it is. Real thing is not nobody cheering for Trump or nothing like that. Trump doing what he want to do. You know what I mean? Like I said, I can talk about me, people, you know, me talking about America. So everybody know Trump here ain't good. This is the main factor. Happy New Year, my brother.
I says I. I says I.
Yes, I. Yes, I.
Rastafari.
Yeah, man. How you doing, my brother?
Just cool and humble back on the road and then you neck of the woods.
What? I tell you.
Yeah, the in Georgia just touch over. Just touch over. Passing through same way, just stop for a couple days for catch a little 5 and thing and rolling again. But tune in for your NC. And tune in for your NC. They're going for Jack Dio next. You see all of them ship where you see that that man last year the day we got Guyana flag on it. Yeah, they had to get permission for put the Guyanese flag on them, you know.
This is what you say.
All right. They had to get permission from somebody for put them flag on it. So if Guyana they're coming next, next door, they're gonna jump over the river there right there and they're gonna clap you.
Right there. Right.
Who the hell is Jack Dio? Who is Jack Dio? Maduro's a great, big man. Watch though.
Great thing, man.
Watch it though. Who the hell is Jack Dio? Jack Dio, they're going for next. It's time, man. It's time, Guyanese. It's time the liberty change for Guyanese, man. It's time, man.
It's time. Yeah, man.
It's time. Yeah, man. It's time.
Yeah,
anyway, I there.
Good, my brother.
there.
Up. Yes, I tell you, going for Jack Dio next. I tell you, Jesus, trouble. Yeah, man. All right, well, on the people, well, I was trying to get through call. Make sure we get back that, man. Let's get back into it.
Maduro is finally gone in Venezuela. People are free. They're free again. It's been a long time for them, but they're free. Maduro. The United States retains all military options until United States demands have been fully met and fully satisfied. All political and military figures in Venezuela should understand what happened to Maduro can happen to them, and it will happen to them if they aren't.
Ada, rewind.
And the United States retains all military options until United States demands have been fully met and fully satisfied.
Ada.
All political and military figures in Venezuela should understand what happened to Maduro can happen to them, and it will happen to them if they aren't just, fair, even to their people. The dictator and terrorist, Maduro, is finally gone in Venezuela. People are free. They're free again. It's been a long time for them, but they're free. America is a safer nation. This morning, it's a prouder nation this morning because it didn't allow this horrible person and this country that was doing very bad things to us. It didn't allow it to happen. And the Western Hemisphere is right now a much safer place to be. So I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank General Raisin Kane. He's a fantastic man. I've worked with a lot of generals. I worked with some I didn't like. I worked with some I didn't respect. I worked with some that just weren't good. But this guy is fantastic. I watched last night one of the most precise attacks on sovereignty. I mean, it was an attack for justice. And I'm very proud of him, and I'm very proud of our Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, who I'm going to ask to say a few words. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, can you explain how the U.S. will run Venezuela?
Well, thank you, Mr. President. Finally, a commander-in-chief the world respects and the American people deserve. And as the President said, words can barely capture the bravery and the power and the precision of this historic operation. A massive joint military and law enforcement raid flawlessly executed by the greatest Americans our country has to offer. American warriors are second to none, the best in the world and the best of our country. What all of us witnessed last night was sheer guts and grit, gallantry and glory of the American warrior. I'm simply humbled by such men. And I tip my hat to our chairman, Dan Raisin Kane, and all those Americans who stood watch last night. Our warriors are the elite of America, and again, President Trump has your back. No other country on planet Earth, and it's not even close, could pull this kind of operation off. And no other president has ever shown this kind of leadership, courage, and resolve. The most powerful combination the world has ever seen. As the President said, our adversaries remain on notice. America can project our will anywhere, anytime. The coordination, the stealth, the lethality, the precision, the very long arm of American justice, all on full display in the middle of the night. Nicolas Maduro had his chance, just like Iran had their chance, until they didn't and until he didn't. He effed around, and he found out. President Trump is deadly serious about stopping the flow of gangs and violence to our country. Deadly serious about stopping the flow of drugs and poison to our people. Deadly serious about getting back the oil that was stolen from us. And deadly serious about reestablishing American deterrence and dominance in the Western Hemisphere. This is about the safety, security, freedom, and prosperity of the American people. This.
But I didn't even know that how oil gets stolen from U.S. This is the first time I hear that. Polycock said, bravo, President Trump and the U.S. military did a superb job removing the Venezuela Bigfoot, a.k.a. Nick Maduro. Jeez. Whoopsie. Go on, Doc.
Is America first. This is peace through strength. And the United States War Department is proud to help deliver it. Welcome to 2026, and under President Trump, America is back. I'd like to welcome now our chairman, Chairman Raising Cane, to give a few more details about the operation. Mr. Chairman.
You know, I gotta make a pause because somebody said, Shemaine said, this is very good. Captured and he is still alive. For truth, up to today, you know, me and my wife went talking and she said, most of the people in the US go for is die, that they get killed. So this is good indeed for knowing that Nicolas Maduro get captured and is still alive. Cause y'all know how the thing is go, buddy. You see? Them is want to put up this big resistance and big thing, and next you know, the US is gonna do so you pass them out. You see it, man? Say indeed, for see that how he's still alive, this is good. Jason Sato, how them Venezuela in Guyana are going to go back to, yeah. Now them Venezuelan, we was talking about that, you know. We was talking about that early. We was saying that, you know what I mean? Albert say, yo, enough Venezuela going, cause enough Venezuela flew, run, excuse me, run from Venezuela to Guyana because of Maduro. We know that, bro. For real. No joke. No Venezuela run to Guyana because of Maduro, because of the dictatorship. Enough Guyanese run from Guyana, living in Trinidad, living in Barbados, living in certain part of the country, or even living in America, so because of the government that is in power. Now me say so, enough of them say so. Let me get back into it. Yeah, it's sticky.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Thank you, Mr. President, and good morning. Last night, on the order of the President of the United States and in support of a request from the Department of Justice, as the President said, the United States military conducted an apprehension mission in Caracas, Venezuela, to bring to justice two indicted persons, Nicolas and Cecilia Maduro. This operation, known as Operation Absolute Resolve, was discreet, precise, and conducted during the darkest hours of January 2nd and was the culmination of months of planning and rehearsal. And
I said the darkest hours, you see? The darkest hours. What is this? What's happening now? What's happening there?
Play in the middle of the night.
Place to layer effects for a single purpose, to get an interdiction force into downtown Caracas while maintaining the element of tactical surprise. Failure of one component of this well-oiled machine would have endangered the entire mission, and failure is never an option for America's joint force. Those in the air over Caracas last night were willing to give their lives for those on the ground and in the helicopters. Let me talk a little bit about the preparation. After months of work by our intelligence teammates to find Maduro and understand how he moved, where he lived, where he traveled, what he ate, what he wore, what were his pets, in early December, our force was set pending a series of aligned events. Key was choosing the right day to minimize the potential for civilian harm and maximize the element of surprise and minimize the harm to the indicted personnel so, as the President said, they could be brought to justice.
Sad.
And as the President said earlier today, weather in Venezuela is always a factor this time of the year. And over the weeks through Christmas and New Year's, the men and women of the United States military sat ready, patiently waiting for the right triggers to be met and the President to order us into action.
Yep.
Last night, the weather broke just enough, clearing a path that only the most skilled aviators in the world could maneuver through. Ocean, mountain, low cloud ceilings, but when tasked with a mission, this organization does not quit. At 10:46 p.m. Eastern Time last night, the President ordered the United States military to move forward with this mission. He said to us, and we appreciate it, Mr. President, good luck and Godspeed. And those words were transmitted to the entire Joint Force. Over the course of the night, aircraft began launching from 20 different bases on land and sea across the Western Hemisphere. In total, more than 150 aircraft, bombers, fighters, intelligence, reconnaissance, surveillance, rotary wing were in the air last night. Thousands and thousands of hours of experience were airborne. Our youngest crew member was 20, and our oldest crew member was 49. And there's simply no match for American military might. As the night began, the helicopters took off with the extraction force, which included law enforcement officers, and began their flight into Venezuela at 100 feet above the water. As they approached Venezuelan shores, the United States began layering different effects provided by Spacecom, Cybercom, and other members of the interagency to create a pathway. Overhead, those forces were protected by aircraft from the United States Marines, the United States Navy, the United States Air Force, and the Air National Guard. The force included F-22s, F-35s, F-18s, EA-18s, E-2s, B-1 bombers, and other support aircraft, as well as numerous remotely piloted drones. As the force began to approach Caracas, the Joint Air Component began dismantling and disabling the air defense systems in Venezuela, employing weapons to ensure the safe passage of the helicopters into the target area. The goal of our air component was, and always will be to protect the helicopters and the ground force and get them to the target and get them home. As the force crossed the last point of high terrain where they'd been hiding in the clutter, we assessed that we had maintained totally the element of surprise. As the helicopter force ingressed towards the objective at low level, we arrived at Maduro's compound at 1:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 2:01 a.m. Caracas local time, and the apprehension force descended into Maduro's compound and moved with speed, precision, and discipline towards their objective, and isolated the area to ensure the safety and security of the ground force while apprehending the indicted persons. On arrival into the target area, the helicopters came under fire, and they replied with that fire with overwhelming force in self-defense. One of our aircraft was hit but remained flyable, and as the President said earlier today, all of our aircraft came home. That aircraft remained flyable during the rest of the mission. As the operation unfolded at the compound, our air and ground intelligence teams provided real-time updates.
This simply means that Maduro them ain't get no chance. The Maduro military force ain't get no chance to retaliate. Them move in a weather. And you know, it's not a lot of, which I'm not gonna say Venezuelan military force in equipped. Them man sad. I would be a hypocrite for say them man in sad. I saw videos with them man literally training. Them man thing dark. Guyana ain't got nothing. Guyana ain't got nothing. There's how I know, and I'm not disrespect my military, my Guyana military force, but it's being clear. I never see we military force do them drill with them man they're doing, bro. Them man thing dark. Them man jumping through car glass. If you see sky, these men them look ruthless. I swear to God. Bang, 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 my brother.
Bang, 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 bang.
Banging.
Blessings, my brother. Blessings.
Where you
Blessings
went, man?
2026.
Happy New Year to you, my brother. Where you went, man? There's one everybody calling for you the other night. We want us well lifestyle there, but you good?
Man, a catty picked me up and carried me for a vacation, man. You know, week vacation, you know.
Okay. Everybody want on Woody
Exactly.
man there, boys. And I mean that gaffer gun and the funny thing, you know. I'll Ross say you no man must be enjoying the little drinks and enjoying himself right now. But I'm glad I hear you though. Really, I'm glad I hear from you.
Of course.
Yeah, man.
Happy 2026 to you and your family, brother. Happy
Straight
26 to all kings and queens with brains. Happy 2026. Understand my words, I'm muting, okay? It's not a new year. The new year comes in spring. For you don't have that knowledge, go check your knowledge, okay? The new year comes in spring. So happy 2026. It's just the numbers that the white people change up, understand me? I remember it's 13 months in a year, but me and you would know that.
Right.
So happy 2026 to everybody. Nothing in change, nothing in reset. Time just moving on. It's just numbers changing. The only thing could change in this world is you as a person. Understand me? That's the only thing could change in this world. You as a person and your perspective on this world. So bless everybody. Bang. Now, as you say, right, with America here, brother, any war right now happening in the world, it winning with technology. So whether Maduro them men train and the physical, in this war, any war going on now ain't no physical. It's technology winning war right now. And America spend money. America spend money. When other countries spend a certain money per war, America spend trillions of dollars per war. Understand? So America got certain high-tech equipment that people don't even know. So you see, for the time that America was out there in Venezuela, America was mapping the whole of Venezuela, knowing where they could drop men, where they could do everything. America was mapping the whole of Venezuela and done make some put a track on Maduro. I'm seeing everywhere that he going. And done mark on the spot where they can take here everything. Them was just mapping everything. So they were in that area with technology. So really, man, force was they couldn't attack you. They couldn't attack America. Because you hear what Trump trying to say? The first phrase was done well executed. And if they don't rest the second phrase, we ready for it. So which means the army wasn't close to where they catch you from. God was mapping it. Understand? It's brains, brother. If you want brains, you won't understand. Now, as you said just now, right? When you say that America, Venezuela thief oil from America, it's a deal that them and America had. And Maduro said, listen, that deal ain't working. So it's just like you see the deal that this shit here that running Guyana Jagdio make with ExxonMobil, they got to stick to that deal, you know, because the same thing America can turn around and say that y'all thief we oil.
Okay.
So that's okay, you know. Correct. So when you hear So when you hear the set thief oil, who gonna go to that for thief oil?
That's why they're saying what. That's why saying what I.
American ship.
That's why saying what I'll think you talking about these people them thief from use. Like we're talking about, man. Like what?
It's the deal, brother. That's what I tell you. If people ain't got brains, they won't understand. They gotta read the whole entire book, and some of them can read the whole book and still won't understand. It's the deal that they make with them because who in the world can thief America oil tankers? Who?
Right.
So it's common sense you're dealing with. The deal that Maduro had with America, understand? Maduro said, listen, that ain't working. And shut them off, understand me?
Okay.
So it left now like he owed them all the oil.
Yeah.
Understand me?
It's either
that's why
it's not cut to you. It's like, you know, I done print it like it coming like a Bornum thing. When them say them want 16, Bornum say no, I give you 20. And them say, oh, well, all right, there we go now. We in the pondo. Because America, I hear, is always want more.
Exactly. So no, correct. So let me throw some common sense on the board, brother. Why you feel the people allowing Jack Dio for make all these shit rassle agreements with them?
Yeah.
Because when they take out, none of the agreements can change. None can change. You understand? So you see, if somebody come out behind Dagio and set up, you see this thing happening?
Yeah.
Understand me? Is when Guyana got problems. Because look, them remove, right, Gaddafi from Libya. Brother, since they moved Gaddafi from Libya, 60% of Libyan wealth lost. The country split in half, brother. Every country that America played the saving, which country in America, which country in this world America ever make great? Just like Trump said, make America great. Like when America was ever great? The only countries America help in this world is cross Europe where white people is, brother.
Okay.
Understand me? And white people had enough brains for get up and say, well, all right, we got it now. We got it under control now. It's black people that ain't got enough brains to get up access so. But as you say, right, Venezuela's going to go back to Venezuela's. Guinea's going to go back to Ghana. Guinea's got something for go back to. They got one of the richest country, one of the best country in the world, and it got less population. Venezuela's they got knife go back to order Maduro again, move from there, brother. Venezuela got 30 million people. Guyana don't even have 1 million people. They got people, understand me, in Guyana from Venezuela living far better than the grandmother ever lived or the parents ever lived. You really feel it left in Guyana? So when people talking about the Venezuelans that left, no Venezuelans in left in Guyana. They're already living a better life than they ever live in life. Those Guyanese might go back and jag your move.
Yeah.
It's brains, brother. If somebody needs to read a book to understand that, it means you're stupid. Understand me? Nobody has to tell you stupid. Do like Michael Jackson. Look in the mirror, start with the man in the mirror. Understand? The only thing that we got from Venezuela and Libya and all these countries is that we got some other politics in Canada about brains. That even if they remove this baller bastard, that I tell you don't remember these people's name. Even if they remove it, at least maybe the country could still be less stable. But you see, if this baller bastard make bear deals with America for the oil and the gold and all these things, people can't do nothing with these things when America movie. Because you hear what Trump now say out him out. Trump said the country belongs to we now. We can control it and take it over until we find somebody suitable and fit. Big man, that's why I love Kim Jong-un and Putin, you know. I love Kim Jong-un and Putin, you know, when it comes to and this thing, you know. I ain't got a problem with Trump, you know. I 50-50 Trump. But Trump tell and say, listen, there's only two sex in the world, male, female, and the Batman crew never worry about it. The LG shit crew never tell you nothing. They never get up and rally against it. That shit crew, bro. Understand? So I love Trump in half and half. Understand? But you see where this bully thing with Trump is bully other people's countries. They don't make it better. America is just bully people's country, you know, but they don't make it better. That is just do it for them interest.
Go there.
Hey, lifestyle, big up yourself. Yeah, man.
Lifestyle, there's 7 minutes into it by lifestyle in done him by lifestyle firing by what?
Yeah, you see, that's what I was saying. Yeah,
big up lifestyle.
But here what the problem is, it's not just about the oil that they hold them. Venezuela oil, the crude in Venezuela oil is one of the most heavier oil, which America needed to produce the diesel fuel. Guyana oil is light, not for the oil around the country light. That's why you see Iran and Russia and all of them that's import from Venezuela.
Okay.
Because of the crude of the oil is one of the most heavier oils for make like car diesel now and could go far distance. Trump take that because Trump cut off. Can't remember the two oil tank he take was heading to Iran. You understand?
Overs.
Right, it's nothing. So, but Trump is a madman. I tell you all that on this channel, bro. Trump get Maduro style. You see Trump say, when he take the first tanker, he said, get back. What? I'm giving you nothing. Maduro pulling foot between leg. And I thought, Guyana gonna be no, Guyana, all right. The only problem, Guyana, how they leave the ball head bastard, that's like I said.
Right.
Besides, it's gonna go wrong. That and the next thing, give me a minute. When they said they're gonna win the election in 2020, they're gonna go back to America and hard for make deal. I turned and said that would never happen. Whoever deal met, don't stay there. You see all them black America finding in if we go and try fence. Nobody, even to Mohammed, can change that deal. There's nobody, I keep saying it, in Guyana, no leader. But they're giving them enough so Guyana people could survive and live comfortable. but the government is eating up all the money for them, their favorite, and their family. You see? Trump don't take over there. Them when they put somebody in Venezuela, it's somebody there. They might even put a what you call it, a AI, artificial intelligence robot in there for running.
Rating
I did
Albert.
listening, man.
Good, my brother. Yeah, man, I see the thing go. Big up lifestyle, don't watch nothing, everything good. You don't know. I don't know you're passionate when you're reasoning. Don't say nothing, my brother. But you don't know from a next call come in, how to take it. I don't know. We're trying for us. Keep the thing spicy, keep the thing rolling. You understand? Lifestyle, love. Lifestyle, direction. You say, man. The dictators, who? What? Who knows? Yeah, man, I see the thing going on more time. Lifestyle, big up yourself. Straight up. Let's get back into this.
To the ground force, ensuring those forces could safely navigate the complex environment without unnecessary risk. The force remained.
I would say it's like having another producer in the room that knows exactly what your song needs. This.
Oh, shut up. Get your bombo.
Assisted by our incredible U.S. military with professionalism and precision, with no loss of U.S. life.
Aye.
After securing the indicted persons, the force began to prep for departure. Helicopters were called in to exfiltrate the extraction force, while fighter aircraft and remotely piloted aircraft provided overhead coverage.
This thing sounds like a movie. Sad. No joke.
And suppressive fire. There were multiple self-defense engagements as the force began to withdraw out of Venezuela. The force successfully exfiltrated and returned to their afloat launch bases, and the force was over the water at 3:29 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with indicted persons on board. And both Maduro and his wife were embarked aboard the USS Iwo Jima. In closing, what we've witnessed today is a powerful demonstration of America's joint force. We think, we develop, we train, we rehearse, we debrief, we rehearse again and again, not to get it right, but to ensure that we cannot get it wrong. Our job.
That's sad. That sounds sad. You might say not forget it, not to get. We train and train and train for get it right. We train and train and train not to get it wrong. You're making joke. That's sad. I love that. So training could not only be for getting something right, but training could be for not getting it wrong.
Jobs are to integrate combat power so when the order comes, we can deliver overwhelming force at the time and the place of our choosing against any foe anywhere in the world. I am immensely proud today of our joint force and filled with gratitude to represent them here today. There is simply no mission too difficult for these incredible professionals and the families that stand by them and support them. As we stand here this morning, our forces remain in the region at a high state of readiness, prepared to project.
Polycock say inside the chat, as businessman, President Trump will do what it takes to recover the course of moving the common dictator and make a profit, on his investment. He did made produce the sanction talking. Okay, all right. Somebody said to good afternoon, fire feelings, and happy new year to you and the family. Same to you, man. We need this in Guyana. Well, it is what it is.
Project power, defend themselves, and our interests in the region. This operation is a testament to the dedication and unwavering commitment to justice and our resolve to hold accountable those who threaten peace and stability. In closing, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to the brave men and women who executed this mission. Their courage and tireless commitment to our nation are what makes us strong. Thank you, Mr. Secretary, and thank you, Mr. President.
Well, I don't have much to add to what you've heard now, other than the following points. Nicolas Maduro was indicted in 2020 in the United States. He is not the legitimate president of Venezuela. That's not just us saying it. The first Trump administration, the Biden administration, the second Trump administration, none of those three recognized him. He's not recognized by the European Union and multiple countries around the world. He is a fugitive of American justice with a $50 million reward, which I guess we saved $50 million. And
we should make sure.
Yeah, exactly. But
don't let anybody claim it. Nobody deserves it but us.
But I want to be clear about one thing. Nicolas Maduro had multiple opportunities to avoid this. He was provided multiple very, very, very generous offers and chose instead to act like a wild man, chose instead to play around. And the result is what we saw tonight. The other message here is the following. You have a guy, like many people around the world, they like to play games. You have a guy who decides he's going to invite Iran into his country, is going to, do the confiscation of American oil companies, is going to flood our country with gang members, is going to take Americans prisoner and try to hold them for hostage and trade them like he was able to do with the Biden administration. Basically likes to play games all this time and thinks nothing's going to happen. And I hope what people now understand is that we have a president. The 47th president of the United States is not a game player. When he tells you that he's going to do something, when tells you he's going to address a problem, he means it. He actions it. I can tell you, I've watched this process now for 14, 15 years, been around it. Everybody talks, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. When I get there, we're going to do this, we're going to take... This is a president of action. Like, I don't understand yet how they haven't figured this out. And now, if you don't know, now you know. Because this is the way it's going to play out. And I think people need to understand that this is not a president that just talks and does letters and press conferences. And, if he says he's serious about...
Mark Rubio bigging up the president, boy. I tell you, man, said this is a president that does things. Don't ramp with him. All the rest of the president say, yo, when I get this, don't make I get, yo, no, Trump don't there in the Trump thing in stay, so Trump thing sad. Trump thing dangerous. I telling you, when Trump says step, it's step. When Trump say I gonna step, he's stepping. Trump don't play them game, but big up Trump. Gaffer big up the bad boy, you know. Remember the bad boy don't play. Bro, I'll tell you something, right? Just holding it for 2 minutes. With this old scene where I went seeing and I say, something, I waiting. Because when I hear that, people start to if he touch Venezuela, Russia, and China gonna get involved, I said me believe it, because if China and Russia was such a big threat to the US, he would have never put the ship in the West Indies, like what Albert says, scooping out and mapping out. He would have never do that. If he did frighten Russia and China, he would have never take Maduro tanker. And two he take. Trump head ain't good. Why you think this man could say he got the most saddest military force on the planet Earth? It's tough. I telling you, it mightn't be right how he's go towards things, but I'm just letting you know that the man head ain't good. And for that, it's either you got to really be a powerful man, a powerful country that could step in anybody's country, do what you got to do. The man say, we're going on. I'm going to run Venezuela until we find somebody. What? Sad man. Sadet Dark. Yo, the man said he's going to run the country. So wait. Nobody from Maduro can continue, but I know that for a fact. It's like if Maduro party the name Gamble, nobody from the Gamble party cannot step in because the same thing gonna happen. Because remember, Maduro is the head, them is the tail. The man gonna put in the same woman. I got a feeling, remember they got another woman that was talking to the news. I forget, she said she was elected. I think them was the people that get the most votes in this go wrong election the other day with Venezuela. And she said, I thought, yo, they won. But Maduro, do we do? And you know what I mean? Boom. End up putting himself there. Then we hear somebody calling did start out that happened with somebody else. So it must be one team. You understand? So I got a feeling the same person gonna get put in place. Cause she is the person where definitely I feel she getting protected by the US. Allegedly, I feel. You understand? Cause if I know she went, if y'all know what I'm talking about, I can't remember the female name, but we brought her up on one of our lives whereby she was speaking about Maduro saying the things that he do, how the election go down, and she was even hiding. She couldn't let Maduro know where she living because she said, I told you would have killed she and your family. You understand? So nobody didn't even know where she there. This is how sad it was. Yeah, she is. And just another US puppet. Okay, yeah. Right. Right. It's right, man. Well, it's like this, no, bro. I see it like this. If certain country going through certain thing, I don't know, but I don't know why them is run to America for help, but something about America is give them satisfaction, gaffer be. I don't know. Cause they don't run to UK, they don't run to Australia, Russia, nobody else. Mostly because America is one of the powerfulest countries on the planet of the earth. Could be. You can't ramp and play with it. It is what it is. Okay. What's your name? Where's the Macado? Macado? Well, it's the same person I'm talking about. So y'all know what I'm talking about. Because she was the one really, I got a feeling that she really make this whole thing get intense like how it get intense right now. She's the one. She must reach out to Trump and say what's going on. You don't know we can do a deal. We can sort this thing out. I want you to get this man out. Put me in. Wherever aisle you got forget wherever. You don't know the thing already, bro. At least she got to do something. How you feel? She got to do something. American doing that for nothing. American doing is just like Mexico. With the president telling you that, oh no, she can handle it. Beside me, it's just like that. From the woman ling them, Trump don't say you don't know the largest oil reserve, you don't know. We got to get oil. It's right? We tariff on them things are selling y'all place, and don't worry. Y'all Venezuela people gonna get nice entry into the country. You know the thing, though. Yo, this worldwide political game is a serious game. You know? Me enable with it. I up on the outside. Let me finish off this piece of live and then you don't know what's going on.
Something, he means it. And this is something that was a direct threat to the national interest of the United States, and the president addressed it. There's a president of peace, by the way. I told you what I just said earlier. This guy had multiple opportunities to find his way somewhere else and figure out another. He could have been living somewhere else right now very happy, but instead he wanted to play big boy. And so now, he's got other sets of problems on his hands. And but I think the message here should be for the world. Look, the president doesn't go out looking for people to pick fights with. He's not generally wants to get along with everybody. We'll talk and meet with anybody, but don't play games. Don't play games with this president's in office because it's not going to turn out well.
I just Trump watching that
you know.
I just Trump watching that. You know, Trump saying, "Hey, boy, I love how you're talking." Trump wants to smile. Trump must say, "Yeah." See you. Here, Maduro. Here, Mark Rubio talking. Mark Rubio said, "Don't play with this president, bro. This is not a president to play with." You know, Trump chest high in the air right now. Trump like, could tell Trump anything. Bad boy Trump. You know what Mark Rubio said?
We'll talk and meet with anybody, but don't play games. Don't play games with this president.
Don't play games with this president. He ain't up on games. Don't bring games here, sir. Don't do it. No, I'm a president dark. I'm a president corrupt. Now,
in office because it's not going to turn out
well.
So I hope that I guess that lesson was learned.
I'm telling you.
And we hope it'll be instructive moving forward. Is that a message for Cuba?
Yeah, well, I'm before them ask 2 questions. Yeah, you know, Maduro pushing up himself and Maduro say, "Yo, we don't frighten. And we military them dark. And we military them ready. Bring it, Trump. Are you? Forward. Come on, let me see where you got Trump." Trump say, "All right." Trump said this, you want that one? All right, they're going to walk you smart and clever.
Mr. President. Mr. President. Mr. President. Mr. President.
Mr. President, come answer some questions.
Mr. President. Mr. President.
You said that the U.S. is going to run Venezuela, so who's in power right now?
Well, we're going to be running it with a group, and we're going to make sure it's run properly. We're going to rebuild the oil infrastructure, which will cost billions of dollars. It'll be paid for by the oil companies directly. They will be reimbursed for what they're doing. But
hey, that's sad.
It's going to be paid. And we're going to get the oil flowing the way it should be. As you know, it was just a minor flow. It was actually a minor flow for what they have. But we're going to run it properly, and we're going to make sure the people of Venezuela are taken care of. We're going to make sure the people that were forced out of Venezuela by this thug are also taken care of.
Mr. President. Mr. President. Mr. President. Mr. President.
Mr. President, does the U.S. running the country mean that U.S. troops will be on the ground? How will that work?
Well, you know, they always say boots on the ground. Oh, so we're not afraid of boots on the ground if we have to have. We had boots on the ground last night at a very high level.
This is why you want to know what's going to happen there. This is why you want to know the next step, what's going to happen there. Can't remember, no, they got Maduro. We know at this said moment is so. If any of the U.S. militaries are in Venezuela as we're speaking right now, we don't know that. We don't know if military is on the ground. Because remember, still, although Trump saying though, I don't know what's going to happen. Because remember, these men, them still, I don't know what's going to happen there. It's like, man, I don't know. Quick and fast, lifestyle. Let me get for you these things with these people that are asking the president. Quick and fast. Yeah.
Yeah, I look at him to make it short. I tell you the honest truth. Trump is one of the best presidents America ever had in a long time in terms of when it comes to sticking to your word. Whatever Trump says, duh. Understand?
Real thing.
Now you hear Trump say something there earlier when he talked. Trump said he passed the death penalty in Washington, D.C. After so many years, after 2 or 3 or 4 decades, that was killing people, especially black people, was killing one another in Washington, D.C. at least 2 a week. Since Trump passed his death penalty in D.C., big man, they got no murders for the last 7-8 months in D.C.
I'm telling you.
So that's what I'm saying. You got to give Trump respect to this because this, what Trump do there needs to pass in every state in America. The death penalty. For you tell you kill people, death penalty straight for you. And that's what needs to happen right away in African land. So that's what I'm telling you. Trump is one of the best presidents that America ever had. Because look, Jamaica, it caused a whole storm for them to start killing people. After 31 years in Jamaica, they had the lowest murder rate Almost 700 people. And that's still high. Imagine black people in small little Jamaica that they say small in Talawa who got so much sense and the world love them, but you're still killing 700 people?
I tell you.
700 people in 2025? And if it wasn't for Melissa, for blow them to Johnny's down, for last, if we last 30 years, Jamaica's killing 1,500 people every year. Every year, Jamaicans is killing 1,500 of them since before Melissa come. See what is death penalty in Jamaica too? So I agree with Trump and a lot of things, and Trump is definitely one of the great leaders in the world. Regardless whether we don't like you or not, there's a lot of things that Trump stands for that we, the world, balling for. Especially when it comes to this shit LGBT crew. You saw Trump dismiss them? That's what I'm talking about. And when Trump did doing these things to change the world, I agree with he. But you see the bullyism, that's the only thing I don't agree with he. But you see when it comes to change right now in this world, you got bully people, big man. Because what Jack Leo doing to Guyanese, bullying them, and they're taking it, and it's straight, bang.
Actually, we're not afraid of it. We don't mind saying it. But we're going to make sure that that country is run properly. We're not doing this in vain. This is a very dangerous attack. This is an attack that could have gone very, very badly. Could have gone very badly. We could have lost a lot of people last night. We could have lost a lot of dignity. We could have lost a lot of equipment. The equipment is less important, but we could have lost a lot. And we're going to make sure that this is proper. We're there now. We're ready to go again if we have to. We're going to run the country right. It's going to be run very...
This is why he said just now that out second freeze and they hope the second step what they're going to take won't be no big problem. So this is the second step what they got to take. Because them just get Maduro. But remember, Maduro still got a prime minister or a chief, whatever it's called, the defense force, whatever. Can't remember right now. But they still got people there. So this is why going on. This is a part of the shootout. The real shootout going to take place. Hello.
Good morning. Happy New Year. Blessings, everyone.
Yeah, man.
I didn't take the show back a long time, in a while, but
respect.
Thank God to be alive, man.
Yeah, man. Same to you.
Yeah, blessed to you and your family, kids, everybody, man.
Aye.
Yeah, might take Maduro. The lady Maria Mochucado or something like that, I think is her name. She was a runner-up for the election.
Mm-hmm.
America already taken her out the country over 2 months ago. Taking out the country. I'm not sure she was at a ship, one of the warships or something, was keeping her safely in that area. They would take her out like 2 months ago.
Right.
Move out the country. They know the plans was in case any retaliation, they want to make sure she's safe on her end.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they take her out the country. I'm not sure they had her on a ship or they take her directly in the United States. I'm not sure, but they probably had her on a ship.
Aye.
Secondly, Maduro had a chance to get out. Trump gave him a chance to get out. I know that I sent a profile in you the other day, a couple weeks ago, that give him an option to leave. He was supposed to leave through to Brazil. He never take the option. Never take the option to go.
Okay.
To leave. So Trump said deadline shut, the door closed. That's it. Give him a day or two to move to get out. You don't want to get out. Give an option to him. You don't want to get out. It's okay. You got to take whatever comes to him.
Real talk.
So, secondly, the operation this morning too, America got a jam system. They will jam all your communication. You can't communicate a crap through no radio. They jam your system. Whereby no communication, no plane. A few weeks ago, they had one. They jammed the whole country aviation system.
Okay.
Yeah, they jammed the whole aviation system a few weeks ago. I think around November, some sort like that.
Oh,
they jammed the whole aviation system in Venezuela. No flights couldn't land, no flights couldn't take off, and all kind of stuff. They probably was running a test of the whole system.
Wow.
Yeah, so America got technology like that. They would jam our radio, nuclear. So when they run into the operation this morning, Maduro security team can't communicate to the troops.
Oh,
they can't communicate out to the troops. So they can't communicate. Say, "Oh, we getting on attack with this." No, right? because all the radios probably was jammed and everything was dark. So, so they can't, no retaliation can come in or whatever it is. It's got to be like a ward mouth or some sort like that or whatever.
Right.
So they couldn't they have no time to gather themselves to come in to retaliate or anything.
Yeah.
So that's what's one big thing in American technology is they got these special forces, Delta Force and the special force crew. These guys could see. They got the goggles too.
Right.
They could see. You could see anything in the dark. Right. They got technology too. America got technology could see through walls, bro.
Sad.
Right.
Sad.
They have technology could see you through the walls of the building.
Yeah, man.
So what Maduro was trying to hide behind door or what did? Or they know Maduro had metal doors and all kind of stuff. We was hiding.
Real talk.
Because that X-ray machine, that choppers would fly over and scan a whole area and see right through buildings for nowhere exactly what Maduro.
Real talk.
They were watching him a long time, as Lifestyle said. They was watching him a long time.
Real
so when they set up all the military ships and stuff around Venezuela for the longest while, it's a squeeze Madurian.
Right.
Lock him in. Okay, we got you surrounded now. So what are you gonna do? You gonna take the option to leave, or you want the final results?
Right.
So they was squeezing. Let's make sure everything in place. That troops all in Trinidad. They got troops all in Trinidad. They got backup troops in Trinidad. That backup troops in Trinidad. You understand? So in case any military action, they got to take with that. We got things right there waiting. Not just where you see close to the border. That backup troops in Puerto Rico. Right. So all these things was, man. And the next one is Colombia's probably going to be next.
Okay.
Because they want to take out the whole drug system out to the whole South America.
Right. Seriously.
So possible, Colombia will be next possible. Right? Because they produce the drugs. They produce the drugs there too.
All right, my brother.
You understand? They got troops in Mexico. They got special force in Mexico. So what this lady's talking about is, we don't want America. American troops are already in special force in
Mexico.
In Mexico, yeah. Right? They're scooping out Mexico too. So all that's going to probably go down to something like the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my brother. Respect all time. Yeah, one love. And happy new year to you too, my brother. Love the piece of reasoning. Yeah.
Judiciously, very fairly. It's going to make a lot of money. We're going to give money to the people. We're going to reimburse people that were taken advantage of. We're going to take care of everybody. It's very important. We couldn't let them get away with it. You know, they stole our oil. We built that whole industry there, and they just took it over like we were nothing. And we had a president that decided not to do anything about it. So we did something about it. We're late, but we did something about it. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, can you explain the exact mechanism by which you're going to run the country? Are you going to designate a U.S. official to coordinate?
It's all being done right now. We're designating people. We're talking to people. We're designating various people, and we're going to let you know who those people are.
Mr. President, what's the group you mentioned that would run Venezuela?
Well, it's largely going to be, for a period of time, the people that are standing right behind me. We're going to be running it. We're going to be bringing it back. It's a dead, I talk about a dead country. A year and a half ago, we were a dead country. Now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. We're a country doing better than any country anywhere in the world. And it required leadership. Venezuela has a lot of bad people in there, a lot of bad people that shouldn't be leading. We're not going to take a chance that one of those people take over for Maduro. So you can look at, and others, we have fantastic people, including people in the military. So we're going to have a group of people running it until such time as it can be put back on track, make a lot of money for the people, and give people a great way of life, and also reimbursement for people in our country that were forced out of Venezuela.
Mr. President, Rubio would be...
You said earlier today that you weren't going to back Machado to come back and be the opposition leader in your Fox and Friends interview. And then you also mentioned the vice president of Venezuela. Are you going to work with the vice president of Venezuela, or how do you foresee the relationship
going? I understand she was just sworn in, but she was, as you know, picked by Maduro. So Marco's working on that directly. He just had a conversation with her, and she's essentially willing to do what we think is necessary to make Venezuela great again. Very simple.
Mr. President, Colombian President Gustavo Petro, a couple weeks ago, you said he's got to watch his ass.
And today he said he's not concerned about anything happening to him in the aftermath of this operation. So just what your message is
Well,
about
he
that.
has cocaine mills. He has factories where he makes cocaine. And yeah, I think I stick by my first statement. He's making cocaine. They're sending it into the United States. So he does have to watch his hands.
Mr. President.
Mr. President.
Members of Congress in advance.
And Marco, do you want to talk about that? Because you were involved.
Sure. We call members of Congress immediately after. This was not the kind of mission that you can do congressional notification on. It was a trigger-based mission in which conditions had to be met night after night. We watched and monitored that for a number of days. So it's just simply not the kind of mission you can call people and say, hey, we may do this at some point in the next 15 days. But it's largely a law enforcement function. Remember, at the end of the day, at its core, this was an arrest of 2 indicted fugitives of American justice, and the Department of War supported the Department of Justice in that job. Now, there are broader policy implications here, but it's just not the kind of mission that you can pre-notify because it endangers the mission.
Mr. President, if I could add one thing to that, Congress has a tendency to leak. This would not be good. If they leaked, General, I think it would have been maybe a very different result. But I have to say, they knew we were coming at some point, you know. A lot of ships out there, they sort of knew we were coming.
Mr. President.
But Congress will leak, and we don't want leakage.
Mr. President.
You were one of the only people to watch this all play out live. What was Maduro doing when the U.S. forces entered what I assume would be his home? And also, was there any point where the U.S. was considering if Maduro pushed back or resisted killing Maduro?
It could have happened. It could have happened. He was trying to get into a safe place. You know what a safe place is, all steel. And he wasn't able to make it to the door because our guys were so fast. They went through the opposition so fast. And there was a lot of opposition. You know, people were wondering, do we get them by surprise? Sort of surprised, but they were waiting for something. It was a lot of opposition. There was a lot of gunfire. You saw some of it today. But he was trying to get to a safe place, which wasn't safe because we would have had the door blown up in about 47 seconds, they say on average, regardless of how thick the steel was. It was a very thick door. It was a very heavy door, but he was unable to get to that door. He made it to the door. He was unable to close it.
So where is Maduro going to be?
Go ahead, finish.
Where is Maduro going to be in the time being right now? Do you know his exact whereabouts?
Well, eventually, ultimately, in the near future, he's going to be brought to New York.
And where is he going to be held? Where is he going to be held in New York? Do you know?
That's going to be up to the officials that do these things.
Mr. President, the U.S. has something of a mix.
I had a crazy idea.
So they can do only for how long? Oh, Sky, but I know you can get some good years. Ain't nothing that. You know, is it Maduro? Maduro don't tell Trump and let Trump know your badness increase over here, but we don't got time with you. And Trump got in his wife. Oh my God, the man must be balling for his wife right now. Cause I know they might got him separate. Oh, guy. Well, what you gonna do, huh?
Khomeini, you look at al-Baghdadi, you look at the Midnight Hammer. Midnight Hammer was incredible. Right now, you wouldn't have peace in the Middle East. We have essentially peace in the Middle East because of that. If we weren't successful with Midnight Hammer, you wouldn't have peace in the Middle East. So, with me, you've had a lot of victory. You've had only victories. You've had no losses. Yeah.
Mr. President, can you? How long do you expect the U.S. to run Venezuela, and how soon do you want the Venezuelan people to hold elections?
So I'd like to do it quickly, but it takes a period of time. You know, we're rebuilding. We have to rebuild their whole infrastructure. The infrastructure is rotted. It's actually very dangerous. It's blow-up territory. Oil is very dangerous. It's a very dangerous thing to take out of the.
The only thing I'm saying is if certain, cause you know they got certain gang members. Let me just put it like that, right? For instance, the party where Maduro running. Sometimes you don't even know about four man in the party. They with the party. Vex what Maduro doing by, but what? And this is the messed up thing. Let me just hold it there for a bit. Let me get for a reason. And this is the messed up thing. What I don't like associate me friend with crew, gangs, and these kind of things. Because when these man of them start doing some crazy things, and you intend to retaliate, Nothing, no physical, nothing. But just saying, bro, why you are killing all these people and them? No, man. From since you said that, you know what's going on. You going home. Because you can't even say what what's going on, bro. Me being a part of this body, I can left you like put on your heights. Now, you to yourself saying you ain't left in them, me ain't got time with them. But they thinking on their side now that, oh, when you left, something these people them get you or whoever they looking at with the feds, them could hold on on you and ask you a set of questions and you could give out information. So guess what's going on? You got to go. You got to go. You got to go. That's why. So I know for a fact, they must have got 2 to 3 persons in Maduro camp that glad damn tea. I ain't saying everybody because they got people that align themselves with people and it's got to do because if you they got people like Maduro and them man, if you're not for me, you're against me. If you're not for me, you are against me. So from you're against me, you can't dip on earth. You got to go home. Yeah, I telling you? Real talk, bro. It happening right now in Guyana. They got police there in the police force. And when certain order them get, they don't even want to do it. But what? They're frightened to lose the job. Soup drinkers. Yeah, bro. But remember, you can't even say soup drinker. Remember, it's you put your foot there, no. And this is what I keep telling people, you know. You see, in them situation, like when it comes to politics is a serious game. From you put your foot in it, you got to ready for handle it. Remember I say never want to talk about politics, now look where it come to. You got to know to handle it. Still, I might got people who might talk and we got discussion, but I'm not putting on no jersey or none of that. You understand? So it's a case like, no, me ain't putting on no jersey, me ain't got no time with nothing. I just say, I just feel like Muhammad would do a good thing. You understand? I just feel like than this all. Otherwise than that, who vex with me drink more vex. You think I would like to see some new face come and deal with things better in Guyana? Because we know for a fact. But this is, it's not no joke, bro.
Around can kill a lot of people. It has killed a lot of people doing just that. The infrastructure is old. It's rotted. Much of it is stuff that we put there 25 years ago.
Why I was saying this because remember Trump ain't take over the place as yet. Trump still got to go back there. So this is why when saying I know if you fact 2 to 3 persons got for there. And I know they're wrong Maduro and saying yo is beer scunt Maduro is there, but excuse my language. And we glad Maduro gone. But I know this next step in gonna be a serious piece of thing. Hello.
You see that man ain't get time with Mohammed. You see what the Mohammed looking for bigger fish.
I telling you. Real
Yes,
talk.
They're throwing pato. Mohammed is pato. The man was looking at tuna fish, more big and expensive.
Real talk. Real
Serious.
talk, buddy.
Now
Real
you
talk.
see it.
Mm-hmm.
You see? But like I saying, it's not about how much you're getting from the island. It's about what you're using the money to do for the people of Guyana. Because you can't change the deal, but you're getting enough that people should live comfortably in Guyana. And if Mohammed get there or whoever, I believe in Ian Amanza.
Real talk.
Real talk.
Real
I'm
talk.
not, I always believe. I can't, I'm not in people
Yeah,
to
man.
come. But when I see Martin, not the parade with the giant thing and he sit down there, think a lick upon Utica Avenue there and think, bro, oh, and get on a shot with a big stain, bro. You supposed to represent in a party of a
You
nation.
ain't even supposed to the wrong certain thing, buddy.
No, but yeah, you're wrong there, yeah, but you have to conduct yourself.
But
You
this is what
can't
I'm
want
saying.
something
This is what I
to some-
mean. Yeah, this is
You're
what I
right,
mean.
man.
Nothing wrong with there to carry yourself in a standard, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you think
Real
like
talk.
he come like Ali on the interview with a big tight shot, like the belly trying to
I
run out
tell
the
you,
shot,
the
all the
button,
buttons. check.
button them
You know
hollering,
these guys,
saying, oh, Sky Kali, you gonna pop with necky, but you want
you know, by the shot when he lose weight and he forgot that he put down weight. I did
I
listening.
good. Oh God. I think he wife do it or he must tell his wife put together his clothes. And when his wife take out and giving he done dress, he seen this so it's like time. But my wife messed me up here. That's joking. Big up yourself, Mr. Ali. Yeah, man. You don't know President Ali, big up yourself. Let me jump back into this.
And we're going to be replacing it, and we're going to take a lot of money out so that we can take care of the country.
Are you saying that Secretary Rubio and
Mr. President, China, Russia, and Iran have interests in Venezuela.
Hi.
And affect your relationships with them
Well,
when it
in
comes to
terms
the
of
oil and the
China
drugs.
and Russia, Russia when we get things straightened out. But in terms of other countries that want oil, we're in the oil business. We're going to sell it to them. We're not going to say we're not going to. In other words, we'll be selling oil probably in much larger doses because they couldn't produce very much because their infrastructure was so bad. So we'll be selling large amounts of oil to other countries, many of whom are using it now, but I would say many more will come.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, Fire.
Yes,
Bless
I.
up. Happy New Year.
Yes, I.
Hey, I just want to say something real quick about not the caller before, the one before, saying about this is about drugs and this stuff. You know what I mean? This is nowhere close to do anything about drugs. It's not about regime change. They want Venezuela oil. Secretary Maduro is the one that pushing this whole narrative because he's saying that Colombia, ain't no damn Colombia next. The next is Cuba. You know what I mean? The next, cause Venezuela was giving Cuba free oil. You know what I mean? Cuba don't have nobody really backing them, defending them, looking out for them. You know what I mean? And he's a Cuban. And he's one in Cuba that want to see a change in Cuba. So the first thing they're going to take out Maduro and put his false flag on him for drug smuggling. If you want to get rid of anybody that smuggle drugs, why you never go arrest the president of Colombia, where the drugs really make? Venezuela is not a drugs country. A few man probably try and ship some things to there, but it's nothing to do with the drugs. You know what I'm saying? Nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with the drugs. And then the funny thing about it, you put a sanction upon the country for so many years, millions of people starve, and then you come saying, oh, you're going to free the people and make it seem like it was the country that did that. You was the one that starved the country for 20 for how many years? Wasn't Maduro. You can't do nothing if you can't get nothing to feed the people. It's pretty that simple. You know what I mean? Anyway, bless up.
Respect and manners. Yeah, man. Yo, it's nothing in this in this politics game, especially around the world, you know. I tell you, enough people don't know going on, bro. It deadly. It's just like this, brother. Why you hear Obama kill Gaddafi? You understand? It's just like Gaddafi. Hearing Gaddafi do all them things. Fee people. You understand? Real thing. When you hear Farrakhan talk about Gaddafi, with the things we doing for the people them and the country, me know by. I don't know. It is what it is. And me taking it up on my shoulder. Like take me time, get old, take me time see me grandson, me great grandson, they go in peace. You understand? Wherever God send me, wherever I going or I gonna work with. You understand? But it is with this. This war, this thing is a sticky. I telling you, this thing sticky, bro. Anyway, let me continue the president.
Are you saying that, Mr. President, are you saying that? Oh,
Mr. President, thank you. What is your message to the people of Venezuela today? Of course, the civilian population specifically, they have a lot of questions. What is your message to the people of Venezuela?
That you're going to have peace, justice. You're going to have some of the riches that you should have had for a long period of time. It was stolen from you. But you're going to have peace and you're going to have safety. You're going to have justice. You're going to have a country. You're going to have a real country. You're going to have potentially a great country. You know, if you go back 20 years, maybe even a little longer ago, that was a great country. And they destroyed it. Remember I said that if we lose this election, the United States will be Venezuela on steroids. That's what would have happened. Had we lost the election, the 2024 election, we suffered so badly. When you look at the border from 2020, what they did, what Joe Biden administration did to our country should never be forgotten. But if we had to go through another year of that, we would be exactly where Venezuela was in terms. I used to say, if they win, we're going to be Venezuela on steroids, and that's what would have happened.
President, thank you. Are you saying that Secretary Hegseth and Rubio are going to be running Venezuela, and will you be sending in U.S. military
They're
troops
going to
to
be a
provide?
team that's working with the people of Venezuela to make sure that we have Venezuela right. Because for us to just leave, who's going to take over? I mean, there is nobody to take over. You have a vice president who's been appointed by Maduro. And right now she's the vice president, and she's, I guess, the president. She was sworn as president just a little while ago. She had a long conversation with Marco, and she said, we'll do whatever you need. I think she was quite gracious, but she really doesn't have a choice. We're going to have this done right. We're not going to just do this with Maduro, then leave like everybody else, leave and say, you know, let it go to hell. If we just left, it has zero chance of ever coming back. We'll run it properly. We'll run it professionally. We'll have the greatest oil companies in the world go in and invest billions and billions of dollars and take out money, use that money in Venezuela. And the biggest beneficiary are going to be the people of Venezuela. And also, I can't stress this strongly enough, the people that got thrown out of Venezuela that are now in the United States, and frankly, some want to stay and some probably want to go back. Yeah.
So, Mr. President, what is being done to protect Americans in the country, and were any of the detained Americans
Well, right now they're
rescued
very
last
protected
night?
because nobody's going to mess with us. They're very protected. The people of, and we let them know that you better not touch one of them.
Are you concerned that bad elements of the Maduro regime will remain in place?
Well, we know who they are. We're on them, and they're acting much differently now than they would have acted 2 days ago.
And what can you
okay,
say
wait,
about
behind you, please.
Mr. President, why is running a country in South America America first?
Well, I think it is because we want to surround ourselves with good neighbors. We want to surround ourselves with stability. We want to surround ourselves with energy. We have tremendous energy in that country. It's very important that we protect it. We need that for ourselves. We need that for the world. And we want to make.
Yeah, Dion, what's up?
My youth, happy New Year to your family, to your supporters, to your subscribers, my brethren,
Yeah,
to
man.
your viewers,
Yes,
to your
sir.
audience. Happy New Year.
Same to the eye.
Rastaman.
Yes, I.
Miss Campbell, everybody on the floor. Just rough now. Pick up yourself, mystery. Yeah, my youth. You hear the keynote of President there? He wants what? All the billionaires to go into Venezuela and look after the oil and support the Venezuelan people.
I telling you,
Why
yeah,
Guyana
man.
can't do that? Why Guyana president can't do that? Huh? The island to support the people of the country. So why we president can't support the citizens of the country with the oil resource? Your President Trump said?
Real talk.
You understand? The last word he said just now before I call. You want the people them to go in there to use the oil and to develop the people in the country. You understand, brother? Anyhow, bless him, my youth.
Telling you, bye. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Bye. They got enough thing when we hear we wonder why the government of Guyana is not doing it like they like. I don't know, dog. Anyway, co-host at the back, so my way she. Lure.
Make sure we can protect it.
Mr. President.
Yes, sir. Please, go ahead.
Yeah, is there a message here for Cuba and Diaz-Canel?
Well, Cuba's an interesting case. Cuba is, not doing very well right now. That system has not been a very good one for Cuba. The people there have suffered for many, many years. And I think Cuba is going to be something we'll end up talking about because Cuba is a failing nation right now, very badly failing nation. And we want to help the people. It's very similar in the sense that we want to help the people in Cuba, but we want to also help the people that were forced out of Cuba and living in this country. Do you want to say something about that, Marco, please?
Well, I mean, I just gave you a statement a few minutes ago about, when the president speaks, you should take him seriously. So suffice it to say, Cuba is a disaster. It's run by incompetent, senile men, and in some cases, not senile, but incompetent nonetheless. It has no economy. It's in total collapse. And by the way, they were, all of the guards that helped protect Maduro, this is well known, their whole spy agency, all that were full of Cubans. I mean, it's amazing. This poor island took over Venezuela in some cases. One of the biggest problems that Venezuelans have is they have to declare independence from Cuba. They tried to basically colonize it from a security standpoint. So, yeah, look, if I lived in Havana and I was in the government, I'd be concerned, at least a little bit.
Are you cutting off the oil flow to Cuba from Venezuela?
Well, the president already announced a week ago that anything that's sanctioned, it's sanctioned oil, it's not going to be allowed to get there. So that's an
The answer is yes.
Mr. President.
Is the U.S. aware of the location of opposition leader Machado, and have you been in contact with her?
No, we haven't. No, we haven't.
Mr. President, on Monday.
Oh, I think it would be very tough for her to be the leader. She doesn't have the support within or the respect within the country. She's a very nice woman, but she doesn't have the respect.
Mr. President, is it possible that the U.S. ends up administrating Venezuela for years?
Well, it won't cost us anything because the money coming out of the ground is very substantial, so it's not going to cost us anything.
So the U.S. isn't going to dedicate any money to.
Well, we want safety there. We want to be surrounded by countries that aren't housing all of our enemies all over the world. That's what was happening, and you don't want to have that. But we're going to be rebuilding, and we're not spending money. The oil companies are going to go in. They're going to spend money. We're going to take back the oil that, frankly, we should have taken back a long time ago. A lot of money is coming out of the ground. We're going to get reimbursed for all of that. We're going to get reimbursed for everything that we spend. So it's going to be a very important. This is a very big evening that took place last night. We have to be surrounded by safe, secure countries. And we also have to have energy, very important. We have to have energy that's real energy, not where they're getting 4% and 5% of the energy out of the ground. You take a look, it was such a disaster. So what's going to happen with Venezuela, I think, over the next period of a year is going to be a great thing. And the people of Venezuela will be the biggest beneficiaries.
Mr. President, U.S. military.
Mr. President, thank you. What did you last speak to Maduro about when you spoke? And is the
Well,
US
I don't want to
at
get
war
into
with
the
Venezuela?
conversations, but I did have conversations with him, and I said, you got to surrender. And I actually thought he was pretty close to doing so, but now he wished he did, yeah.
Mr. President, can you explain, you said that Maduro is responsible for drug trafficking. You recently pardoned the former president of Honduras who was convicted of many drug trafficking. Can you explain how these two situations...
We have got to the point
are doing very well with that whole group. What the man that I pardoned was, if you could equate it to us, he was treated like the Biden administration treated a man named Trump. That didn't work out too well for them. This was a man who was persecuted very unfairly. He was the head of the country. He was persecuted very unfairly. And there are a number of them. And we felt that it was a very unfair situation that happened to him. He's also a party member of the man who won. So obviously the people liked what I did. And one of the reasons that was done is because of the fact that the party in power felt very strongly that that man was treated very badly. I studied it very quickly, and then I studied it in great detail. I went to a lot of the people standing behind me, and they felt that that man was persecuted and treated very badly. That's why I gave him a pardon.
Mr. President, you referenced boots on the ground earlier. Can you just sort of button this up? Do you envision the U.S. military having a presence in Venezuela as the U.S. runs that country?
Well, no, we're going to have a presence in Venezuela as it pertains to oil, because we have to have, we're sending our expertise in. So you may need something, not very much. But no, we're going to be taking out a tremendous amount of wealth out of the ground. And that wealth is going to the people of Venezuela and people from outside of Venezuela that used to be in Venezuela. And it goes also to the United States of America in the form of reimbursement for the damages caused us by that country. So I want to thank you all very much. Thank you. Do you have one? Yes, please. You were so nice before. I'm going to give you the final question. Go
Thank
ahead.
you, Mr.
Unless it's a
President.
bad question, in
It's
which
about
case I'll
Putin.
go one more. It's about who?
It's about Putin, if you want.
About Putin. Well,
Okay.
that's always nice.
You had a
to talk
phone.
about Putin.
You had a phone call with him
Yeah.
on Monday. Did he talk at all about Maduro? Did y'all talk about this?
No, we didn't.
And
We
then-
never spoke about Maduro.
Are you mad at him right now? I mean, there's this
I'm not
intelligence.
thrilled with Putin. I'm not thrilled with Putin. He's killing too many people.
There was that
I
intelligence.
thought that would be so. I settled 8 1/4 war. You know what the 1/4 was? Thailand and Cambodia. I did it again. They broke out, and I did it in about 5 hours, and I settled it. I'm giving myself 1/4, so I'm up to now 8 1/4. In other words, I settled the war, but then they broke out. They had a pretty bad breakout over the last 4 days. I got them to go back to peace. So I only give 1/4. I thought the easiest one would be, one of the easier ones would be Russia, Ukraine. It's not. And they both have done some pretty bad things. And look, that's Biden's war. That's not my war. But I want to stop the lives. Did you see where last month, 30,000, it was 27,000 the month before. 30,000, mostly soldiers, were killed this last month. 30,000. I want to stop that. You know, I got NATO to pay 5% instead of the 2% that they weren't paying. They weren't paying 2, now they pay 5. And we send them a lot of munitions. We send them a lot of things, missiles and various other things, a lot. And they pay. The United States is not losing money. We're probably making money on that. It's the last thing I care about. I just want to stop all those people. We're losing 25, 30,000 human beings. They come from 2 places that are very far away. But if I can stop, because it's something I've been pretty good at doing, deals, I guess. It's all a deal. Life is a big deal. But if I can stop that war and stop 30,000 young people, in addition to the fact that people are being killed in Kiev, people are being killed in other cities, you know, a much smaller number, but they're being killed, viciously killed. So I'm not happy about it. I thought that would be something that would get solved. We have Mr. Witkoff here. I think that we're making progress, but that's a war that should have never happened. If I were president, it would have never happened. Putin says it. Everybody says it. If I were president, that would have never happened. But I inherited that war. That was Joe Biden, Zelensky, and Putin. I came into the situation, and it's a mess. And I will say this. I watched an operation last night that was so precise, that was so brilliant. I mean, it was incredible. If we had our people, like this general and our people involved, that war would not have gone on very long, that I can tell you.
You told me
That war, to use an old term, that war has become a bloodbath. And we want it to get stopped. Thank you very much.
Big up the bad boy Trump. Bad boy! Yeah. Well, you don't know it, go people. Big up to everybody that definitely tune in. This whole part I'm going to duck and plunge. Before duck and plunge, we take 2 calls. In case car now is 126, we're going up to 130. So, you know, we got a few more minutes. We got like 4 more minutes up in here. So, no, like I said, you know what I mean? The only thing what he's saying is that when Trump got to go back in Venezuela, I know this where the shootout going really there. Miss Angela Gomez, how you doing? I thought that Russia and Ukraine. Yeah, man. Dear Venezuelans, will you go back home now soon? Dear Venezuelans, remember the Palo Walla Sato, you guys home back sooner or make it some forward. Come out to we country. Go back, yeah, man. Are you taking up too much people like Jason said? You know what I mean? Them man living so comfortable in Guyana. You doubt whether anything like that gonna happen. Living too comfortable. Anyway, I love you guys, man. It was a pleasure being here with you guys. You're done. We're gonna be back here some Monday. Stay safe, stay blessed. I might go live tonight, but not ASAP. Might be on my next channel. But don't know anything is anything. Monday, big up yourself. Alicia, hope you're doing good. Palikak say a truth. Okay, and caring leaders does what President Trump is doing. He cares about poor Venezuelan and he's helped them. PPP is okay. But like we said, you know what I mean? Trump know what they're doing. Trump they ain't got nothing to do with the people them. They ain't got nothing to do with drugs. This got to do with the aisle. That's what he got his eye on. But big up Trump. God, enough people gonna be happy. Enough people gonna be blessed. You know what it is. Hi. See y'all. Till Monday. We out.